All here raising money for Malala Fund, an incredible charity working for a world where all girls can learn and lead. My name is Samorasie, and I will be your host for the first run of the day, which is, of course, Kaguya Nikki with Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age. With us on commentary is Demerine, and it looks like we're about ready to get started, so I hope you're all ready for Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age.
Well, good morning, good afternoon. I'm Kaguya Nikki.
And I'm Demerine.
All right, before we're gonna start, I have a short thing to mention. So we are gonna go fast. We are gonna go real fast. We're actually gonna go so fast. As you can see, we're turning the speed multiplier 2x4 that I have heard of some people that have encountered motion sickness. I don't know how many there are, but I just want you to be careful. If you can't handle it, then all I can sadly do is point you to runs I have done recently that do it at a slower speed. But yeah, with that, I would say we're ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
This is the PC re-release of the beloved RPG from the PS2 era, 2006 on the PS2 in the United States and Japan, early 2007 in Europe. Extremely well-loved game, even though it did some things a little bit differently than a lot of Final Fantasy games. It is set in the world of Ivalice, so same lineage as Final Fantasy Tactics. We are in a tutorial, which we are going to go through incredibly fast, and this is what teaches you to like fight things and use items and do all that stuff. We're not doing any of that.
I mean, we are just fast.
I mean, eventually we're just going to start running from everything. But yes, I guess there's a couple of soldiers who have to be removed from the battlefield here.
Yeah, so we're just starting off we'll teach you everything, and in that sense, there are a lot of everyone who remembers the original FF12 version remembers that it was kind of slow paced and everything, and you had a huge license board. Yeah, they made the international Zodiac job system for the PS2, but sadly the PS2 couldn't really handle it. So whoever has actually played that, it actually lagged so bad on the PS2 that they didn't even release it. So that was changed now with the remaster, with the Zodiac Age. And on top of that, they also added some new stuff. So some things that, like the speed up, was already in the IZJS version, which was just a speed up. We're still not sure. Like, it should be ×4 speed, but it's lagging so much that I'm not, like, it is ×2 at best. Here we get ×2 and ×4. But obviously we'll just go with ×4 as much as possible. If you're wondering why are we allowing this, well, part 1, it is just part of the game since the IZJS version, and part 2, it is really easy to trigger. All you need to do with the controller is press the L1 button. Try to ban that. I mean, just trying to ban that sounds like a horrible idea.
I'm sorry, this is like the coolest looking speedrun because it goes so fast. But all right, so we're done with the story of the invasion of Dalmasca by the bad guys who have judge helmets and look really cool, but they're the bad guys, we promise. The kid that we were playing as at the tutorial is probably dead, but who cares? You know, that's kind of just how it goes at that point in time. The other guy that showed up at the tutorial, Bosch, he's also unimportant. I promise we will not meme on him later. Okay, I'm lying. There will be memes.
Yeah, for those interested, so yeah, this run with 4 times speed is roughly 3 hours. With 2 times speed, it is 4, and without speed up, it would be roughly 6 hours. A bit less if you can go really, really fast.
Yep. But we're going to learn about the hunt board here, which is a fantastic way to get items and experience and explore the world in a casual playthrough. We are going to fight a tomato. That's it.
Yep. So yeah, this game is sometimes, I'm not sure if lovingly or non-lovingly, I think it depends on the person, called single-player MMO for multiple reasons. One of them definitely is that we have a pretty big world and a lot of side quests and hunts. Which, yeah, we'll do exactly the amount of hunts we have to do thanks to story, which is basically this and, well, in theory, another one later on.
Oh, right, yeah. In theory, there is one other, but that's like
But
that's 90 minutes
if that
away.
actually counts officially, I'm not even sure. Like, we get the prompt, but... Okay, so coming up, Rogue Tomato, we could just... Yeah, no. This is a marathon run, and this one is really evilly positioned. If you want to go really fast, you try to dodge it to the side, but... Yeah, let's just not. Like, this is also a way you can just risk your run on.
Yeah.
We're not here for that.
It was all like...
Rogue Tomato, thanks.
Yeah, Tomato all runs away because it's a jerk, and we're going to hit it again because, you know. We have slain this extremely dangerous foe. We'll get like 200 gil or something. I don't remember what the reward is for this.
We won't even because we won't pick it up.
Oh,
it's
right, we don't
300 gil, 1 or 2 potions, and a teleport stone. So if you actually want a third teleport stone, that would be the easiest one to get for the early game. But
of course, killing the Rogue Tomato also does make the plot go, which is why you have to do it. As now we find out that, you know, bad stuff's happening in town, which, you know, of note, this, of course, is a storyline of high intrigue, politics, and manipulation seen through the eyes of a teenage boy. Vaughn is our hero, technically, although he will pale in importance compared to most of the other characters that join the party.
Yeah. He is kind of there to introduce us to the party, and he had his brother Rex, who we've seen in the tutorial for like 3 minutes. Wow. Doors, I'm telling you. If you want to see the SMW runs, then you will see more of these amazing doors and triggers, which are just impossible. Just leaving it out there.
Yep, old man in the old man in the slums tells you how to escape from the city because you don't want to be here. This is kind of terrible right now. We're gonna try to find our way out of here, but you know, there's gonna be some fighting involved because it's an RPG. Let's be real.
Yeah, so basically in the early game, like, we don't have all the cool story characters and all that, and we need someone to tell us what to do because, I mean, every main character, like, needs someone to lead them, and yeah, that's Old Man Dallin over there. So we will see him for, like, the first hour, and then never again. So yeah. And our goal is now that we wanna rob the palace.
But we need a way in. We don't have a way in right now.
Yeah, exactly. So what we're doing with that, so that's basically where this side quest comes from, because we are making a very fantastic sunstone that even kids can create here. Like, it's basically kids' work, but that's the key, like, for an important door in the palace, because plot.
Yep, that's Penelope. She's part of the party. She is definitely not your girlfriend. But yeah, sunstones, there are 4 of them out in the field, and they will give us some amount of power to the stone that we are carrying around anywhere between, well, we're not carrying it yet, but we will be carrying it eventually. God, I'm a little ahead of myself, aren't I?
Yeah, and now we're just quitting the game.
All right, we're done. Cool. Can I leave now?
No.
Mer.
So yeah, one of the other additions that has happened in the ICGS version was the addition of trial mode. Trial mode has 100 different floors of enemies that you can fight with the party you've made in the main game. The only difference, though, is that in TZA now, you can actually carry over LP and items from trial mode to the main game again. And as you might have seen just now, the first floor here has a chest that has a diamond armlet. And the diamond armlet sells for 6,000 gil.
And of course, we can't equip it because we need to get to Diamond Armlet on the license board, which we'll explain in a little bit because it has to do with how you can equip things. You can't just equip things. You need licenses. You need to, you know, have the ability to use it. So you need to be trained and you need to see the DMV, and they teach you how to parallel park, and then you can put an armlet on. And I don't know why parallel parking is a thing in Rabanastre. They don't even have cars. They make it work.
Yeah,
Sunstones.
The license tutorial would have actually already happened, but this version is also friendly enough to just cut it out and be like, no, you don't need that. But yeah, no, we actually get it exclusively for the money, because yeah, it's just a lot of money. Okay, and here we now collecting energy.
Somewhere between 25 and 60% from each rock. 38 is good. We're hoping for at least 33 on the first three so that we don't have to run out to the fourth one. Going to the third one is not really a time loss because we need to make a quick pit stop in the middle here anyways. Running out to the fourth one is a total pain. No one likes it. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, like I would say 3 crystal is just 95% of the time. 2 crystal, how we call it, is like 1%, and 4 crystal is like 4%. Usually you get 3, but sometimes RNG is just very special.
Yep. But here's our pit stop after the first crystal, which we need to talk to this guy because it sets us up to be able to teleport here later. But we also need to buy a pile of Phoenix Downs, so we sold the Diamond Armlet, bought 9 Phoenix Downs, which we'll need very shortly from now. We're not going to use them to resurrect party members, hopefully. We are going to use them to get some extra experience here.
No, we cannot use. They are not meant to be used to resurrect our party members. So yeah, we could. In theory, it would optimally save time to activate the crystals there, but then our party members would get healed, and we want our party members to not be healed. Yo.
Perfect.
55 on the second. Hello there.
Good game. We definitely cannot get less than 20 here, so we are, or 25 here, so we're in the clear. So we're gonna get the standard 3, and then we're gonna head back home.
Yep. How's that we are done for the beginning. Get some nice rewards. Basically, teleport stones, 2 of them, which are super important. Everything else every other teleport stone we need later. So yeah, we haven't explained. So we have 2 types of crystals where you can save. The blue ones are just save crystals. Yeah, they also heal. And the orange ones can also teleport you at the cost of a teleport stone. The one in Rabanasta in our hometown is activated by default, and every other one we need to like activate once. And yeah, but we will be able to get teleport stones hopefully later on at some point when we'll be grinding. Okay, buying the most OP spell the early game can ever offer.
Yep, buying Dark Magic. Once you buy a spell, anybody who has the license on it on their board can use it. So we are going to make sure that our early game party can use it because it is the only AoE spell until we get access to level 2 magic, which is like, in a casual playthrough, is like multiple sessions in the speedrun it's like over an hour in, so
yeah, the next AoE damaging spell would be Arrow, which we'll also get, but it's a lot later.
Yep, and then eventually we get Firaga as our third and final primary AoE damage
Fire
spell.
also.
Do you get Fire also? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, you need that to grind slimes, don't you?
Yep. Okay, okay, we need some luck on the damage rolls now. This is not the luck on the damage rolls I wanted to see.
So
okay, Pinello, I'm not sure how much damage you deal, but...
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Whoa!
So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get... What we're trying to do here is we're trying to get Vaughn to critical health. He needs to be under, what is it, like 15%?
10%.
10%.
Under 10%, which means we need 10 or less.
Perfect. Great. Fantastic. Thankfully, the game auto-saves a lot, which we're going to take advantage of here. But Vaughn needs to be at 10 or fewer hit points. We're going to turn the speed down and turn down the battle speed so we can keep track.
Yeah, Vaughn just completely low-rolled the first hit with the 37, so using the fist attack here was not confirmed anymore. Perfect.
Now Pinello is going to give up the ghost here. We're going to go over here, and this spawns, if you have your character in this critical status in this particular spot, a rare enemy spawns, and there are rare enemies in this game that all have specific spawning requirements. Dustia requires that your party be in critical health. So if both Vaughn and Pinello are in critical health, it'll spawn, but we don't want Pinello getting experience, so instead we just knock her out. And as you can see, it is undead, and since this is a Final Fantasy game that is divisible by 6, don't ask me why that works. It works in Final Fantasy 6, it works in Final Fantasy 12. The undead can be instantly killed with resurrection items.
It also works in... Well, it depends. In 8 you have a chance to miss, in 10 it deals massive damage, in 9, it is also a bit special.
That's fair.
Like it kills 1 in 10 times, and the other times it leaves with single-digit HP.
Cool.
But yeah, as you might be able to see in the top right, the speed, I have turned down the speed to ×2 speed because you can see this is pretty fast. And
you have to menu out.
No one has been
Phoenix
crazy
down.
enough to actually try to do this at 4 times speed, I believe. At least not in a run.
Well, what ends up happening is that if you make a mistake, Dusty casts Dark on you and you explode. Which we're not all about that life. So, and like we are leaving. You'll see that we're leaving really quickly too, because otherwise it won't respawn.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people try to pick up the drops, but they have more quality of life. The route itself does not require you to get them. Why is that the case? Because I made the route and I definitely made sure I should have picked that up, but okay.
Yeah, the last one you can always grab, but
yeah, the last one you can grab. Call it marathon muffles. But yeah, other things to note there. So you can see that we went out of the screen very quickly. That is because as long as the experience and LP number you get does not show up, it doesn't completely count as killed. You get the stats, but it doesn't count as killed, and hence it doesn't respawn. It will just spawn again when you enter the zone again.
Yeah, rare enemies in this game. There is like a quest later on that is related to them that, you know, again, we're not going to see in the speed run, but they can normally, in a casual playthrough, only be killed once each.
So yeah, now that we have gotten at least a few levels, I wouldn't even call us heavily over-leveled. Like, it's nice. Dustia gives 1k experience, and everyone gets those because the levels of the other party members will be like based on Vance level. But yeah, we'll also see later on how this is just not gonna be enough.
But for now, it's pretty good.
Yeah, so I will now just running around into the castle. Does our lovely host have anything to plug or donations?
You got it. We definitely have some donations in here. First up, from Royal Blue Wizard, donating $25. They say, best of luck, Nikki. You got this. Always glad to support a great cause and see games I love being run really fast. Remember Firaga. Always remember Firaga.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I did that a few runs ago.
And we actually also have a $50 donation from Anonymous with no comment, but I'm willing to bet that they think this is pretty amazing because I sure do. I honestly cannot keep up with how fast you're moving right now.
Yeah, especially with the early parts now. The corridors are pretty slim and narrow, and misstepping is so easy.
You good for one more?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I've got one from Kausa Blue, who donates $25 and says, wait, are we sure this is FF and not a certain blue hedgehog? Because it looks like Van has got to go fast.
Yeah, so that you could see. Accidentally picked up that antidote. This room is a thing. I'm telling you all.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Of course.
Apparently there's a big banquet happening in the Imperial Palace, so that's where we're going right now. We're running around. We're trying to get us a meal. But we're going to start yelling at guards. This is the first really memeable part of the run, honestly, because this is a puzzle section. But you've got to manipulate the guards in position so that you can access the door that you need to make forward progress and not get arrested because you're not supposed to be here.
You yell the guards so that they move from the spot you want to be. And they won't even notice it.
Also, they don't keep chasing you. They just move one. They just move one intersection.
Hey, Buckethead.
There is a good old Buckethead.
Yeah.
Community. Yeah, sure. We'll go on the way back, cause.
Yep.
Triggers are a thing in this game. They're amazing. And especially this one, because this one basically only works in the circle. If you go right into the middle, you will not be able to trigger it at all.
Yep. it's really fuzzy on 1x speed, and I still don't understand how you can do this on 4x speed. Right, you hit the rock, you move to the door, you push the button.
Yep.
You leave all those bucket heads behind as we're going to go a little bit deeper into the castle.
And use that stone that we just created, that sunstone.
Right, perfect. We did
Remember
good.
how we made that for a door now in here?
Yep, that's right. We needed that as our key to get in. Door closes behind us because, you know, that's how this works.
Yeah, because apparently no one even knows of this.
Hidden switch in the back.
I love the screen. It's great.
Hidden door. I don't want to tell you how long it took me to find those my first playthrough. Please don't ask.
I won't.
Thank you.
It is amazing that you can't even remember it. Okay, so we hold up right because, yeah. You need to know in some screens just which direction to hold. Because it's not like any other way will help you to make it through these screens. Well, it's just, yeah, we hold up right and then we let it go.
I didn't know we were speedrunning Zelda 1, but okay, let's keep going.
And yeah, also, as you can see, I'm also manually fleeing. Fleeing is slightly faster movement than just running.
Yep.
Amazingly. Because we need to go even faster.
So this tutorial is required, and this is I would call it the most maligned, but also most beloved piece of Final Fantasy XII and gives it that solo MMO feel, which is the Gambit system. Everybody starts with a couple of slots, and you can tell them what to do, right? Like, basically, so instead of having to menu all the time for 3 characters in a real-time battle situation that is going at ×4 speed, so we're going fast like you wouldn't believe, instead, you can tell people what to do beforehand, and then they will just execute it based upon these instructions. You basically are programming your party. It's pretty cool, honestly. And
It is amazing.
You can still, like, manually control characters. You can switch characters in combat. It's really neat. Highly recommend playing this game casually if you haven't, if you're into RPGs in any way, shape, or form. Just for the Gambit system alone, because it will make you feel really, really powerful when it works correctly. We're unlocking the Red Battle Mage job for everybody here, which gives us access to some pretty good armor, but also Attack Magic 1.
Arcade Magic 1 is all we need.
Yep, it's expensive. It costs us a bunch of license points. We don't care, because we're going to go ahead and, you know, set everybody up to start automatically casting Dark.
Alright. Yep. So Dark is gonna carry us a bit. So as I said, fleeing is slightly faster, but we also get 1 LP license point whenever you kill an enemy, no matter how strong. Like, you need to go really late in order to get, like, more than 1. So just killing enemies on the way is really nice to get some license points going. And yeah, we got a few levels, and we got Dark, which is an AoE spell, so we'll just kill stuff on the way.
Yep, fleeing stops your characters from engaging, but if you stop fleeing momentarily, the Gambit system will allow Balthier and Fran to start casting. It's an AoE spell. Dark does pretty solid damage for this part of the game, obviously. As you can see, oh god, those guards, they're all dead. What have you done?
I've turned on advanced Gambits.
Now we have 3 Dark casters instead of 2!
Yeah, mostly because, well, I mean, here we have Flans and later on the real boss. Yeah, and Flans just... Oh, and some genius... I knew this was too fluent. Forgot again to push this also to Dark. No, Dark... Van also wants to cast Dark.
Okay.
Slight difference on lowest HP instead of highest. You will see the difference in a few minutes.
Yep. Over here, we have Amalia, who joins us, you know, who is part of the Resistance and is a guest character, and... Okay.
We've never seen her before in, like, any of the cutscenes because we have not paid attention and skipped all of them.
Wait, there are cutscenes?
Yeah,
Nikki,
coming up to the... I'm sorry. You first.
You can't do this to me. You can't cut the cutscenes out like this. I mean, I guess you can.
Yeah, so first boss, I would say Fire Main. To note, Fire Main takes double damage in the water, so we just run into the water.
We don't get the skip of bushfire, but it's okay.
Well, usually you get 1. You can also
Yeah.
sometimes only get, like, you get something between 0 and 2. 1 is average. So
Yeah.
we were
This has been a
close to
very average
skipping
run.
it.
This has been a very average run so far.
Yeah. Oh yeah, VTuber speedrunners, we are taking over. And apparently we are all scheduled to, like, start of days. But yeah, it's basically... And yeah, we are going fast, but we also always have to do something.
Yep. So we escape from the waterway, but we do end up in prison anyhow because, you know, we messed up.
Because every good RPG needs a prison break.
It sure does, and they took away all our weapons and armor, not that it really matters all that much.
I mean, we could take away our weapons and armor and we wouldn't care. But yeah, basically we're not only breaking out of prison, we are also getting someone else out of prison.
Who could we be helping escape from prison? Who else would be a prisoner in a prison like this?
Also getting this really, really amazing chest. So you all might remember the OG had like 4 chests you are not allowed to open for the Zodiac spear, so yada yada, best weapon in the run. Yeah, they kind of changed the chests completely, and in a good way, I would say. Instead, we now have lots of chests that have amazing content that you can always get once, but only once. So after you've gotten it, you can't get it again. But that means we just get 2,500 gil just lying around there.
Which we need.
I mean, wouldn't say no to lots of money, right?
No, never. Not a chance. But yeah, so we charge up the power in this particular part of the ruins, and so the lights are on, which is great. When the lights go out, more powerful enemies spawn and things get bad. But we're in a hurry to get out of here. So Nikki knows the route, so she's just gonna run us out of here.
Yeah. So we have some charge thingy. Yeah, we'll look out for it, but basically whenever we kill a big mimic, it just charges to basically full because we won't let it get down that much.
Normally, you've got to be really consistent about getting through and killing off the battery mimics and making sure that you don't lose charge because things get worse and you lose the lights. And yeah, that's not really a concern here. We're just going to cast Dark on them a few times and they'll explode and then we'll be fine. See, there we go. Blew one up, charge back to 99%.
So we activate this switch in order to open a gate, which will take some charge, but I mean, remember that was a battery mimics? I just left one there. Yeah. So yeah. Usually I don't even activate advanced gambits, but just making sure. Because, yeah, we have seen the undeads, like the ghouls that spawned at the beginning. Those absorb dark damage, and I just don't want to deal with them.
Yep. So, of course, in our travels, of course, the 2 people in our party right now we have not yet met because we've not seen any of the cutscenes at this point, but it is 2 very notorious sky pirates, because, you know, Vaughn wants to be a sky pirate too, because this is definitely Skies of Arcadia. This is Skies of Arcadia, right?
No.
Oh, I'm in the wrong run. Darn. Shoot, let me get the better notes. Right, Final Fantasy XII, also notorious sky pirates. They probably have an airship. That's Vaughn's hope. He wants an airship because airships are cool. But more importantly, we are going to break them out because, again, we do want airship access eventually. And also sky pirates are cool.
To be fair, if you
also,
have the choice between having an airship and not having an airship, I think there is only one answer.
Yeah, but then you have to deal with, like, the Dalmascan vehicle registration rules, and, you know, you have to register your airship, and then that's a pain. That's a lot of time, and here's a boss.
What? How?
How?
This shouldn't happen. So remember when I said we have lowest HP? We had said to kill that small battery mimic there. So what killing that small battery mimic does, usually, is that instead of this shock storm attack, it uses Breath of Life and Spawn in order to create a new one. Somehow this Mimic Queen, I have not seen this ever since the strat was created, hadn't realized that her child was killed and didn't create a new one. Thanks, Mimic.
Yeah.
You rock.
Good.
To think
Good timing, or
Damascus
something.
air could taste so sweet.
And yeah,
Where
here's
are
the
we?
only cutscene we cannot
It's the
skip.
sand by the look of it.
Everything else has
Let's
been
back
turned
to
skippable,
Ravenasta before we
basically.
shrivel up.
All right, we broke out this other guy too.
Yes,
What's his name?
the hour of my return is already over late.
Bosch
The people
von
may hate
Ronsenberg.
me, but that
Of
does not
Dalmasca.
free me of my charge.
Dalmasca. Who is supposedly dead.
He's definitely dead.
Totally dead.
Except he's running around with us.
Yeah. We'll get to that later. But, I mean, he is dead.
Right now he's dead.
So that is what a high-ranking politician said, so he has to be dead.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense, actually.
Yeah. Isn't that how the world works?
Yep, so we hop back to Nalbina here. We're going to grab this teleport stone, but we're going to leave. We're going to, crack our first teleport stone, head back to Ravenaster with, was with Balthier and Fran, but they leave us, and Bosch leaves us, and we're all alone again, and sad.
Yeah, that's the one time we actually get rid of our party.
Now we're wrapped up in some sort of weird international intrigue or something, because that's how all this works, because there's a lot of good storyline and a lot of interesting politics. Instead, we're just going to talk to this old man.
Yeah, so we are alone again, so we again don't know what to do. So we're asking the old man, because that's what he's there for. I really should not. This is the worst in Vortex Switch. I hate the small way. But yeah, there's a reason why I'm at least trying. We'll see if we can get it. But more about that later. But yeah, now that we have basically met all our party members at some point, it's time to collect all of them and then never let go of them again.
There we go. Bosch joins us again. He's back. He's still dead.
Still dead. Apologizing for letting everyone down. He is just a bit depressed right now.
Everyone's super sad, basically.
Yeah. And yeah. But our friend Penelo also got captured. In the cutscenes that we didn't see. So basically, we need, and we know we need to go to Berserker, which is, well, it is a floating island, which is kind of a problem. But yeah, how do you get best to floating islands?
Probably an airship. I bet we get an airship here.
Yeah. Also, look at these Moogles. I only know this kind of in-town teleportation from MMOs. Like, if you really wanted to know a reason why this is called single-player MMO, like, these Moogles are it for me.
But yeah, they're adorable. All Moogles are adorable. These Moogles are especially adorable. We sadly don't get to meet the most adorable Moogle of them all, but that's all right.
The most adorable Moogle of them all.
Yeah, Montblanc.
Oh, yeah.
You
Have
know,
you ever
leader of-
seen a Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced speedrun?
I have, yeah.
It is in the top 10 of biggest anime betrayals ever.
Now I'm sad.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. All right, Lamont has joined our party. I don't think another side character we really don't care about.
Yeah, we can
because-
talk about guest characters, because guest characters have also changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, people that played the PS2 version might remember, later on maybe Lhasa was someone who had just an infinite amount of potions and was just throwing all the potions to heal your characters. In the later versions now, we actually have more control over the guest characters. Meaning we can actually change their gambits, which also means, well, they don't have their own stock of items anymore. To compensate that, though, they have a bit more spells, and they also come with items when they enter our party. So we get items like, rare aerial, like high potions, dispel modes, domain Calvados in the end, like lots of neat stuff. Oh yeah, shark mode and an eroga mode as well.
and one of them will have a very important ability for the stretch of time that he's in the party, which I'm sure that Nikki will talk about extensively when that time comes.
Soonish actually.
Very soon, in fact.
Oh my
Vaughn's 44
goodness!
health.
Since when do I get Vaughn to die here? But yeah, since we are just running away now, if you have any donations, I think now is a good time.
Absolutely. I've got $15 here from Wody. Hashtag Meebo. Good luck, Nikki. Always love to see FF12 TZA get some love. Here's hoping Hydro plays nice today. Let's donate to my near family as well.
Yo, thanks a bunch.
Yeah, and I'd actually just like to take this opportunity to let everyone know, did you know that one of our fantastic prizes today is a sealed copy of Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age for Nintendo Switch? Well, you do now. So if you love this game, and maybe, just maybe, you want to give this speedrun a try, with a minimum donation of $10, you can enter to win this prize. So get your donations in to have the chance to win. I've also got one more that I really want to read. It's from Mom, and it's for $30 and says, "Good luck, runners."
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Somewhere in that realm of donations, in our running away, we ran past Begomnin and pals. They're out to get us. You fight them casually. We don't. We're not here about that life.
You also don't fight them casually. They are pretty strong. I mean, you could, but you will have to grind a lot for that.
Yep. So now we're going to tell everybody that Bosch is alive, and we're going to bring him back to life.
Yeah, great minigame. I'm already turning the space down because we want to try and
Don't listen to Ondor's lies.
beat 3 pixels too far to the right or something.
Yeah, because you want to try to hit, like, everybody in this particular room here.
Yeah,
But yeah.
precision is just more important than actual speed here, because, I mean, the shouting does not get any faster, but yeah. 3 is still okay.
3 is pretty standard, so cool. But we get enough people to believe that that Ondor has been lying to everybody about Bosch, that Bosch is alive. So we've brought Bosch back to life, so good job, us. Second thing is that the soldiers are now onto us and they don't like us, unfortunately. So now we're going to get arrested again, sort of, ish.
Well, basically, Honor, like the high-ranking politician of whichever, knows. And they're like, hey, you come over here. This is the story our big boss has been telling us. Well, like, we know you, we don't want to do anything against you, but could you stop telling people the truth, please?
Can you please lie to everybody like we're doing? That would rule, thanks.
And I mean, our goal for doing that was also only to talk to Ondor. We were just like, hey, we want to talk to the head honcho. If you don't let us in, we'll talk stuff.
But yeah, we were able to get our foot in the door. That's important.
But yeah, have you ever thought about how stupid strat speedrunners can come up with?
I mean, I've seen speedrunners do some things that have made me go, why are you doing this?
Okay, so first things first, just for the sake of... So basically, so now we have Vosla in the party. Vosla has a very amazing ability. This ability is called Traveler. What Traveler does is, from the last time you've used Traveler, it saves the last 3 digits. And then if you cast it again within the next 990 to 999 steps, you deal like 10,000 damage. Else you deal like the amount of steps times 2. But yeah, and if you haven't used it yet, then the default value is 0. So the next small fight here, which is not the biggest, but simply because you can, some people have gotten the idea, hey, if possible, try to just be, from the beginning of the run to here, good enough with your steps in order to cast Traveler on these soldiers.
Fear not their numbers.
So you have like 12,000 steps to get here, and you have a leeway of 200 steps on 4 times speed. And, oh goodness, we actually get it, but I still want to get high potions because else we are gonna die. Vossler, could you please just cast Traveler? Thank you.
So yeah, the Traveler manip. Also, here's our first instance of the victory theme, because you don't get it very often because you're normally fighting things in a sort of an open world MMO type scenario rather than these closed scenarios for bosses. So enjoy the
No, you
victory
actually,
fanfare.
I think you get it pretty often. It's just that this is the only instant in which you can't skip it.
Oh, really? Huh,
Yeah.
neat. It's been a hot
Like
minute,
at least
so.
on every Aeon you would get it. And I know you can get it on Belias, you can get it on Tiamat.
Yeah, but those are also like fixed boss encounters, or at least, you know, single
Yeah.
location boss encounters. You don't like get it like fighting Rogue Tomato.
No. But yeah, now we've rescued the princess, Ash. We formerly seen her as Amalia. And
Oh,
now
she
we
was
have
important.
5 out of 6.
All right.
Yeah, she kind of was important. I mean, she was too cute to not be important.
Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy thing.
Yeah. Also, talking about like good chests and confirmed chests, we'll pick one up here. Because over here are 2 reflect gamuts, and we really want one of them for a boss later on.
Yep. Otherwise, we get to enjoy. This is probably one of the most banging tracks in the entire OST. Final Fantasy XII soundtrack is stellar, incredibly good. Vossler ditches us. We do get Penelo back though, so now we've got the full complement of folk here.
And now we get to fight the commander of the ship. Oops. Okay, we're still fine. We move with Svan over here because Geese knows Arrow, Arrow is an AoE, and we don't want all 3 to be hit if we can avoid it.
Yep, kill him before Greater Barrier goes off, because otherwise that protects him from damage for a bit, which is annoying, or at least it reduces it, which we're not into.
Probably reduce it. It doesn't really matter. Dark is strong enough. Also, now we want to save our high potions for more important parts.
So we're all back together in Bujerba, all 6 of us. The gang's all here. We're going to go back to the Marquis of Dondor here to talk to him a second time and let him know that we did the deed of, you know, getting sold out by Vossler, but otherwise we're fine.
Yeah. Now we don't need like Van and Dallin anymore in order to tell us where to go. Now we have the actual story that we kind of get thrown into, which is Barsh and Ash trying to. I don't know if is it Barsh and Ash trying to take revenge, or is it Balseer trying to become the hero of the world?
That's a
And
really
the
good
leading
question.
man.
I think it's Fran just trying to stop rolling her eyes at literally everybody in her path.
Maybe even that. So yeah, we finally start buying some stuff, like Hura and Race for the healer that we'll get at some point.
Yep.
Protect,
Arrow.
which kind of is supposed to make things safer, and Arrow for the few fights in which Dark is not important, which is basically one fight.
And we grabbed
I
some
wish it
status
was
curing items because, you know, you want to have those on hand just in case.
Yeah, Silence and Petrify are actually status effects and can be inflicted soonish.
And they're really bad, obviously, because we're relying on spellcasters to do pretty much 100% of our damage.
Yeah, also we haven't talked about it yet. As you remember, we haven't really bought armor yet or anything. So we are running with the guest character simply because they have a bit higher level and they have armor, and so that's great. Also getting this always golden amulet, which doubles the LP of the character that gets it. Very good.
Yeah, we're gonna need that.
Yeah, that gives us like 1,000 LP in the end, I want to say.
That's a lot of LP.
That's a lot of LP.
But yeah, now we're running through the... I want to say water treatment facility.
Are you serious? Of course, now that I finally switched, they are waking up Vossler again. Oh yeah, I didn't need to. So yeah, the one annoying part about running with guest characters is that in every cutscene, you kinda, like, lose a party and gain it again, which means, basically just means that the guest cannot be the party leader. Because the guest cannot be the party leader of, like, like the only one alive, basically. You need one
Yep.
of the main party members to be alive. Also, I need to do this. Because it's traveler time. 655. I should really write that down. Demi, could you write that down for me?
Yeah, 655. Got it.
Yep. Because, yeah, now we want 10,000 damage on certain bosses. Because we are
need
starting to
10,000
get
damage
really
on certain
under-leveled.
bosses. It's not even a matter of want. It's a matter of need.
It's a matter of can. Like, let's be honest, trying to be specific on steps on 4x speed is not the most fun part, but yeah. Yeah, now we have successfully run through the desert. Remember when we said dark was great? Fun fact, now we are actually running in the one bird. Good thing it's the only one. And this bird is actually weak to dark. It's basically made for us.
So it's Garuda, not Garuda from Final Fantasy XIV or Garuda from Final Fantasy X? That's Valfur. Close enough.
There is also a Garuda, but that's a normal enemy.
Yeah, that's true.
You see it after Blitzball, for example.
Either way, it gets blown up really quickly here. We're gonna go ahead and not save, but we're gonna heal up. So we're gonna patch up and keep moving.
Just healing up. Could probably even have made it, because Frostblade didn't tank everything, but yeah.
I mean, just being safe here, though. It's a marathon. So now we're in
Can't
these
go
weird
wrong.
magic ruins. Can't go wrong. We're in these weird magic ruins because Ash needs to, like, seek her destiny or something. Here's Evil Wall.
Yeah, so this is the first one. This one is pretty evil. I think 30k HP or something.
Yeah, this one's
If you do
actually
like
evil.
intense, like reflect magic strats with arrow and cherry staffs, you could beat it. It's the OG PS2 run does it, but
Together we can bring it down.
in strong mode we'd also do it, simply because we are level 90 and I know it's new game plus here. 655. Wait a second.
655.
So this enemy only has 10,000 HP. Holy smokes, Van, how did you die that quickly? That was actually incredible.
Yeah, Vaughn just got dusted.
I mean, I guess. Not what I wanted to see, but
Eh,
here we are.
make it work.
It just means one will make meat shield less for this dungeon. Balsia, Ash. No, I want you. Oops, that's what I want.
Right. Even though we bought Raise Magic, we have not yet been trained in the use of Raise Magic, i.e. we did not buy the piece of paper that says we know the spell, so no one can cast it yet. So those circles on the ground, those are traps.
They should not hit this hard. Let me just make it clear. They should not hit this hard. Because usually, like, yeah, you just have too many party members. They are just not good in dodging those traps, even if you see them. Traveler setup. 130.
130. Got it. I wrote it down.
Thank you.
I'm helping.
So yeah, we also pick, like this dungeon has some stuff. We only pick up the Dispel spell. There would also be the Vanish spell and the haste mode. Do I not know? I can't really get the haste mode now anymore with where I've set up Traveler.
That's fair.
But I also shouldn't need it, so it's fine. But yeah, we need to activate two switches in order to get to Belias. I mean, the big treasure that is in this place.
Definitely not a demon.
Nope. Definitely not. Yeah, right here would be the haste mode. Blah. Movement, please.
That's right, we're on a step route on 4x speed, everybody.
It's great, isn't it?
This game rules.
Only speedrunners can get the stump ideas. But yeah, so the next boss is Belias. Belias uses Firaja at 50% HP. Ew, rip Bosch. We actually need to revive him. That's at some point.
Yeah, that's fair.
At 50% HP, he uses Firaja, and we don't survive Firaja. It's great.
Oh yeah,
Which
we
is why
die.
we need Traveler.
You know how we mentioned that we're underleveled? We're really underleveled.
So we, at least our dear guest characters have given us a lot of Phoenix Downs. Well, we used all of them for Dastia? Yeah. Van Bosch. Oh wait, this is not the party I want. Van, go out. This is the party I want. We want a high potion thrower. Now we do this on, this way. 120 or 130?
130.
130. Why am I running forwards with Belsi? Belsi is the one that's supposed to be in the back.
Yeah, he's a potion thrower.
Yeah, and he is also the weakest link here.
110, 122.
Okay, now we need to be like in a certain range.
Yep, because we need to make sure that he does not survive this. He must die.
Not too early, not too late. Because if we are too late, he uses Greater Barrier, which reduces the damage, and there we go. Bye-bye, Belias. Because, yeah, Belias has 16k, so... Somewhere between 63.5 and 50% you want to throw it, or use it. Getting an elixir.
And a rock.
Yeah, and most importantly, we got a second job. And so, yeah. I'm gonna doing some menuing now. Finally.
It is menuing time. We're gonna teach people how to use things like white magic and armor and... Okay, well, you know, swords, I guess.
Black magic. Night. So yeah, either you explain or we get some plugs. I have to admit, I don't think I can talk and menu this at the same time.
Yep, so we're going to make sure that we fill out some things here for our characters. We need gambit slots. There are HP boosts in the night tree. They're really handy for that. We need to also unlock second jobs, because that is a part of your first license board. There is a point in it that you can unlock to unlock your second job slot. The whole idea here is that we want to make sure that we have a couple casters. We need a couple characters who are really tanky. It's why Bosch got the plus 340 health. Mystic Armor is really handy as well, because that starts giving us access to magic lore, which just increases our magic damage. So Ash is going to play caster here. Needs a gambit slot as well. We're going to grab one of the cheap ones along the way. You know, we're going to grab a little bit of armor that we're not quite going to use, because we just need that to get access to our second license board as well. Ash is also going to get Bushi, which gives us access to other magic power increases and some decent armor as well. Man, there's a lot going on. These menus are extensive, by the way. This is the coolest part of the run if you're an imp.
To notice that, like, casually, you would probably want to, like, have as few overlap as possible. Here you want to have as max as possible. You can see the staves one there in the middle. Thanks to having multiple two jobs, we are able to skip that. Yeah. Also, we finally getting this golden amulet, because that's what we've been waiting for a long time.
And we're going to equip it to Ash because she needs to get more magic later, so we need to make sure that that she's okay with that. Balthier's going to get steel, which is handy. Bosch is now going to become our potion thrower because he's got 1 billion hit points to work with, which is great, and a third gambit slot. God, there's so much menuing here, but we're going to put him onto attacking when necessary, but that is not necessary right now.
What is this? What do we want? So yeah, we basically we'll have 3 characters. We have Bosch, who is basically a knight. Just the melee and tank, and has Shikari simply because Shikari helps the most in getting HP loss just as efficient as possible. Then we have Penelo, who is a white mage. She got Bushi, but that's only because White Mage is a bad first class, and the second class is very far away. And then we have Ashe, who is both a melee and a mage. She either uses black magic or she will be using katanas, which also scale with physical and magical powers. So as a mage, she has an advantage there.
So she's going to carry this party.
She is going to carry quite a bit, yes. She also needs, because of that, the most LP, because she actually has 2 jobs to fulfill.
Yep.
Okay, and now we're doing the good old PS2 strat, because nothing else works efficiently here. So we got this Reflect Gamut, right?
Yep, and we actually, it's interesting, and I didn't mention it, but you might have noticed if you were paying attention that we set up our gambits that were targeting our spells to ourselves, which normally would be a way to, you know, die in combat, which is bad, but the Reflect Emote that we grabbed, instead we're going to bounce a bunch of arrows onto these enemies that have auto-reflect already set up.
So yeah, one of the neat things is Fosla only targets Barsh if you have Barsh in your party. So which is why we gave Barsh a lot of HP, so that he can actually survive this, because as you saw, he took a lot of damage there.
Yep. So yeah, but our gambits for reflecting magic worked out. Reflecto mode spent, but Fossiler is now, well, dead.
But yeah, so yeah, AoE spells on yourself, it basically means we've casted like arrows on all 3 of our characters, all 3 got reflected, and that way we got 3 arrow casts onto Vossler at the cost of 1.
That's just value.
Yeah, that is what the PS2 speedrun uses a lot, because it is just a lot of damage at once. But with speed up, like, it usually isn't worth it, because it takes a while to set up.
Yeah. It's also why certain spells are really bad in the game in general. Not because of the damage that they do, but because they have too long of an animation, because you animation lock. Because this is an MMO, so there's going to be animation locks as well. But like a big cast spell like Scourge that we're not going to see in the run takes a while to cast. Fyra, basically, or like Dark, or like even Fyraga goes off pretty much instantly.
Yeah, also what you could have seen is that I just unequipped and re-equipped Barsh a lot. So what the thing is with in this game is that, like, let's say he threw a high potion, then usually he takes, like, I don't know, 3 seconds to use it. Obviously he a lot faster. But the ATB bar will basically play for 5 seconds, even though the animation has long happened. And in order to shorten that, you can just unequip and re-equip him in order to just reset his action, which has already happened, so nothing bad happens. Okay, now I really need to pay attention, because I forgot to change my party members, and I still have I have a lot of characters that do bad stuff.
Yeah, so we need to fix that really quickly here before we explode.
Yeah, so you are not gonna do that. You are just... yeah, just don't.
So yeah, this is the LP farming portion of the run here, or at least, you know, we're also gonna do some gold while we're here, because we're gonna go grab some diamond armlets. The chests in the trial mode do respawn, so we're gonna go ahead and dust off these as quickly as we can. Balthier's also stealing. I forget what you're trying to grab here, if you can get it.
We're just we are trying to get a lot of stuff, just for having more stuff. But also we can get some neat 3% steals, like the Kakata, which is an insanely strong weapon, like Berserker Bracelets, or later on Bax's Wine, and a Haste mode, and Balthir is gonna die, but we don't get too much. We also only do half as much, because at the moment our strongest spell is Arrow, and this big bird over there absorbs arrow damage.
So we're leaving.
Yeah, we basically just wanted the 6k kill for the next shopping.
Yeah, but you get a little bit of LP on Ashe there too.
Yeah, it's like still 80 LP.
50.
Like the amount of LP you can get in trial mode is just insane.
There are absurd amounts of license points to be had, but we want to make sure we get it ahead of time here. But now we're at the banks of the Sot, because we are out here trying to find Ashe's Destiny or something.
Yeah, it's like... I want to know what I want to do. Do you have any proof of your heritage? Well, no, but I'm cute.
Also, I have this Dawn Shard.
Yeah, that still doesn't say anything because apparently there was like I think that really proved it, except that we have like Belias's ass, which also wasn't really us, but more Bossler, but...
I mean, look, Vossler did good work until he sold us out.
Yeah. Okay, so considering we didn't get any Death Tier drops, we'll just unequip everyone to get rid of all the dump equipment that we don't want anyways.
Oh, there's bad gear.
Yeah. So that just floods our inventory.
Which makes menuing hard, which is bad.
Might as well just sell it.
I mean, we need the money, right?
Yeah, we need some money.
It's an RPG speedrun. You're chronically broke or gold glitching, and we don't have a gold glitch, so we're going to be chronically broke.
Well, we got a Windbreaker steal, so that's neat. And yeah, if you have any donations, I think now would be a good time.
Absolutely. We actually have a $1,000 donation from TMS LFT, so thank you so much. Their comment, new day, new game, new VTuber, good luck with the run, Kaguya Nikki. Here's to not letting Frozen Flygon off the hook for that bonus 11 exit run later.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, and actually, I'd just like to mention that we have two incentives open for Super Mario World. If we raise $6,000, you will get to see Frozen Flygon complete a bonus 11 exit run following the Super Mario World All Castles run. It's a super incredible, and I would love to see it. And it looks like we're already on our way with that $1,000 donation. Thank you again. And we actually also have a bid war for Save or Ditch Yoshi. And you can choose whether Yoshi will be saved or ditched in Valley of Bowser during that run. And I also have a $25 donation here from Blueberry. No comment, but thank you so much for your donation.
Thank you so much. So yeah, people have already been mentioning, so yeah, we have now bought Fyra and a Flame Staff. And we've already talked about how great trial mode is to grind.
Yeah, we bought that Fire Staff because it increases the power of Fyra, which is fantastic in every way.
Yeah, and now we just get exactly everything we could ever want for that grind to happen.
So yeah.
So we get Fyra, we get Flame Staff, and we get Headsman and War Mage, which gives us a bunch of AP back whenever we defeat enemies and deal magic damage.
Yeah, and the idea is that we go back and forth between Bushi and Black Mage so that we can skip a couple of nodes along the way and be LP efficient, use those LP that we got. We have the Dawn Shard, which is going to be equipped as well. Dawn Shard is a Nethicite, which is an item in this world that absorbs magic, so it sets your MP to 0, but usually does something really cool as well.
Yeah, it gives you magic defense, but most importantly, it's actually required for Bash to have for the story at some point anyways. So might as well give it to him here, because Bash is not going to cast a spell ever in his life.
Bash doesn't even know what magic is.
Bash doesn't need to know what magic is.
Yeah, he's got hit points, and also hit points.
Bash is not a good mage, but Bash is a really good melee.
He's a meat shield. He's gonna be big and beefy this entire run. Cool, we're back. Let's get 6,000 more gil.
Yeah, we'll be here for a while now. So yeah, we'll basically get almost all of the LP we'll need for the rest of the run here now. For what it's kind of important, floor 3, the one that has the Kakata, but sadly what is more important, it also has this hidden boss, which gives 18 LP every time you beat it. With Golden Amulet, 36. You just cannot not get it. Especially if we go here 5 times. Like, we're suddenly talking about like 90, 180 LP. Also, this neckbed here, this bird, absorbs fire damage, so we need to be a bit careful here. But there's also a chest with a bubble mode. Bubble, neat little status effect. doubles the max HP. We will be using it for a bit.
Double
some
HP is
fights.
important when you're under leveled. It also gives you immunity to the disease status. Not that that's as much of a concern in the speedrun.
It's still something to look out for in one of the fights.
Yeah, this is true.
But...
Disease status is super annoying because what it does is it reduces your maximum HP. So as you take damage, it's dealt against your maximum hit points instead of your actual hit points. This, of course, is very bad because you also can't be resurrected out of disease status very easily because you'll go to 1 hit point. So it can be very frightening for casual runs.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's also very annoying to get rid of because the serums are not easy. Is it serum in this?
It is serums, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that easy to get. It's pretty late, and it's remedy laws 2 or 3, like also something you need to really work hard for.
Yep, or the other side of it, there is a spell that lets you spell just disease in the game. It is hidden in an area later in the game, and you will possibly miss it because it's a chest that does not spawn 100% of the time.
Sounds amazing.
This game is great. This game...
Yeah. There was a time when we were also going for 20% chest. We have routed that out.
Which chest was that?
The Kikuichi Monji in Mosforan Highlands.
Got it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was really nice to go there. It has a really amazing cutscene that I would have loved to show off because it would have been like Demon Chocobo all over again. Like, you're literally going into a cutscene with Wedge and Biggs, and one of them is telling you that they are afraid of chocobos, and I at least always went with not just with my chocobo, but also activated the turbo, which meant that the chocobo gets glowing eyes and just glows completely.
It's great.
So it was completely okay to be afraid of that.
Cool. We've done some traveling. There's a cutscene. There's some judges. They're scary and have cool helmets.
Yeah.
That was probably Bergen. We hate him.
I don't know. Most of the judges here just don't even see much. Like, yeah, we boop the ass of some of them, but
we do beat them all down basically. Except for Gabranth, who, well, you know, plot spoilers.
Hopefully also.
Plot spoilers, we don't get to kick his butt. We don't.
I didn't pay attention where my MP was. Well, usually we should be able to make 3 times happen, so...
Yep. So here's
I was
Arrowhead
actually
Village.
doing it this way so I would be able to refill after 2, but...
Yeah.
For that I would have had to pay attention. But yeah, usually you can just do 3 times, and then you're fine.
And then be okay. Yep. But there's Arrowhead Village, home of Fran and the Viera, who are all bunnies, and they're all women because the men are cast out, I guess. It's weird.
Yeah. Male Viera exist, probably in another village that we cannot go to. I mean, FF14 has told us that male Vieras exist.
Yeah, they're real. They're actually in the game now. So yeah, Malvieras are very real. It's just we don't see their towns or anything. So how many of these are you...
nice. Ash is slowed. Now that's gonna be fun.
Oh, this is bad. This is...
Because that means everyone else gets their attacks off first, but Fran doesn't even have enough MP. Oh, there wasn't enough for 1 Dark, which is already gone again.
Oh, got some gold needles at least.
Yeah,
Yay.
Barsh just around. Oh yeah, also one of the neat things, slow runs out at some time. Slow, poison, and in theory also stop, but you don't really want to be inflicted with stop, just run out over time. 71. Ash actually pretty good on MP right now.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
Yes, it was because she was slowed. But yeah, Eroid Village. Only notable thing is the haste chest in the back, I guess, which it's just sadly not worth. And Time Mage is At least for speedrun purposes, the worst class, and it's the only class I have not been able to make work in any of the speedruns I have done.
Yeah, it doesn't get a lot of it doesn't get a lot of damage output, and it doesn't get a lot of tankiness. Support magic in Final Fantasy games that isn't like protect or other direct support, notoriously bad in this one.
The spy, shielded armor, mage's habit, demon's bane, Isuna, and some status effect healing.
But yeah, so we
Yeah,
grab.
I think there is one category in which it is actually useful or used, which is OOA. No, PS for any percent plat percent. So I guess it is time that we can talk about the meme bow. Do you know the meme bow?
I do not.
So the meme bow, aka Seitengrad, is the official name. You know, developers just always have the thing to just make really memey, insane weapons, and are like, yeah, we'll just put them into a very, very rare chance to get. Like, we are talking about 1% chance to spawn, 1% chance to get, which makes like 1 in 10,000. The problem is, you know what speedrunners do when they encounter such things?
They find a way to get their hands on it.
They find a way to manipulate it. Yes, at least that is the case in the PS4 version, because of how RNG works. In the PC version, you can only do it by reading consistently, at least by reading RNG values with outside programs, which is not allowed. And as soon as someone would do a run with it, we would probably just split the leaderboard anyways. Because the Seitengrad is massively broken. And when I say massively, I mean absolutely massively. You don't need to need any license for it. It has insane speed to like fire. It is a ranged weapon, like hits for massive amounts of damage. It's just overall insane. It basically plays the game by itself.
But we're not here for that.
Nope, we are here for like actual normal speedrunning.
A measure of skill in your ability to traverse the world of Final Fantasy XII.
Yep. Like, we are not only fast, we are like we have 4 times speed and we have Chocobo boost. In case 4 times speed wasn't fast enough yet.
Chocobo Overdrive.
I was gonna say, I got so used to the movement, the speed movement on its own, and then suddenly you got on the chocobo and it was extreme movement. And I cannot follow. I don't know how you're doing it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is some practice, plus the nice part that at least most of the areas you run with the chocobo are straight. Not all of them. We'll have some later on.
I think you're being humble. I think it's amazing.
But yeah, we should have enough bubble modes by now. I have not checked, but yeah, the hidden boss in the 3rd floor also drops bubble modes, usually as normal drops. So picked up lots of those. Top of reverse modes, which we will probably just use 1 because we can, and rare haste scare modes, but they just never happen. All right. And now, I'll just leave all of you the floor because I have you've just gotten like 131 times 5 LP. Double that if you are Ash. Wait. I need to menu a bit. We need to use those LP.
Yep, so we gotta get off the chocobo first. You're not allowed to menu on a bird for some reason.
Also need to wait for the heal because I cannot change my party before that.
Yes, because if an action is being taken onto a party member or by a party member, it cannot be affected. Bosch is going to get a bunch of battle lore here because we need him to hit harder. He's also going to get, I believe he's their carrier for the Shielded Mail and the Demon's Bane.
Yep.
Shielded Mail has innate protect, so he will always have the protect status, making him exceedingly beefy against physical attacks, which is fantastic in every way, for a while at least.
Yeah, the shielded armor is just pretty OP for this point. Just a bonus protect for absolutely no reason.
It's real good.
But yeah, also going out of the way for like, since we didn't get the Kakata, we'll get the Ninja Sword instead. That costs a lot of points, but fortunately that's basically really all we're ever gonna use points for on Bash. And we are gonna get focus.
So when his HP is at 100%, he'll hit harder as well. Ash, as you can see, has 1,347 LP to play with here. Just an absolute pile of it. Serenity is great. Serenity is the same concept. It increases the output when HP is at 100%. We are going to grab Katana. I believe that's... do you get the Amida Murkame in this run?
Yep. Also the Yake. Both level 4
Yep.
ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Also,
Lots
we're
of
gonna grab
HP. Lots of HP, because why should we not get HP swiftness when it's free?
Yep, dying is bad. Dying is bad. Health stops that. Swiftness is good because it makes us go faster. It reduces our... basically reduces the time for the ATB bar to charge up, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
What's that, bubble ring that you grabbed the
No,
slot
that is
for?
Sage's Ring and Berserker Bracelets,
Oh,
which
right.
are very important.
Yep, and we're gonna grab Black Magic 14, which is Firaga. I do remember that one.
9, but yeah.
Well, 9, 14. I'm good at numbers. I'm just... maybe we'll ask GDQ to fix that one in post. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm so bad at this.
If we have any donations, though, now is a
Yeah, please.
great time.
Yep. Yeah, please bail me out of talking about Menuet.
You got it. We got tons of donations coming in. From another one from Blueberry with another $25 saying, hoping everyone has a fantastic run. Go Kaguya. And I also have a $25 donation from Zed or Z, I'll pronounce both. It says, you're doing great. Have a great Monday, everyone. Love the cause you're playing for. And it's on topic. Char Bunny donates $10. A Village of Bunnies, you say. A+ game. Also donating towards cardboard as the pod choice for Nier because bunnies munch on cardboard.
Thank you so much, everyone. So generous. It's amazing.
Yep. Here's Pinello getting loaded up with white magic now as well. So we're now in the white mage tree.
Yeah,
there are
that's
some
actually the
abilities-
latest change in the route, because else you would go like from accessories 1, which you can see, all the way up, simply because you like kinda had to have a white mage over during the race wall section with Belias. But yeah, we now just use the high potions in order to just skip all the annoying menus.
Yep, and then we use Bushi to open up access to the upper left corner of the white mage tree without having to go through literally anything. So we just get access to what we want and don't have to worry about all these things in between that we don't want.
Right, we did not want to do that. We want to do that. Gambits.
So the big thing with this gambit in particular for the new Kai Sand is that new Kai Sand, I believe it removes stop and slow? I
Confusion.
don't remember. Confusion, I don't remember all of the items, right? The game will only use them if it is legal to use it, i.e. if something is confused. So we don't need to worry about like how we're targeting it. We just have it if an ally is confused that we set it up, because obviously that's really bad. We're going to set up some Cura. We're going to set up a Dispel. We're going to set up a Dispel Gambit for Pinello. Pinello with the white magic now has a lot of things that she can do. So the idea is that now she is going to have to do a lot of things here going forward. So she gets 6 Gambit slots. You know, your physical attackers only need like 3 or 4 at most for most of the run.
Right. Now that that's finally out of the way, we can play the game again and grind a bit more. But I promise it's gonna be fun and quicker.
It's going to be fun and interactive.
But yeah, for now we'll just do the old strat of running through and let just Ash murder bats on the way, because, I mean, we have grinded a bit. We have Fire and a Flame Staff. These bats are getting one shot.
Oh, I'm silly. I should have known Chronos Tears are what clear, stop, and slow, because it's literally the time item.
Correct.
Great!
Yeah. Well, Nukai Sands also in in the ICGS translation at least were called Smelling Salts.
That would
one
make
of
more
the
sense.
one of the things that got not that intuitive retranslations. Alarm clocks also turned into Princess Kisses.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense at all, because that should clear Frog, which is not a status in this game.
It clears sleep. Yeah. What? Larsa actually died. Well,
Lars is another guest character in the party who I guess we care about?
I mean, Larsa is a healer as well.
Yeah,
Can't have too many healers, right?
Never. So we're gonna hit some switches here. Look, it's jellies. It's time. We're gonna use flamethrower on jellies because it's super effective. We're gonna get some items and we're gonna get some experience, but mostly we're gonna get some later drops later on. Unless it's been routed out. Has that been routed out?
No. So jellies drop a lot of stuff. Jellies drop water magicites and yellow liquids. Yellow liquids are really good for money. Like one sells for 532 gil. Then we have the next rare drop is teleport stones, which we were talking about earlier. We will need 4 teleport stones. Just to traverse through the map, and please chain level 3. And the last one is a float mode. Float mode, well, gives us float, which is, we need 2 of those. 1 for a boss and 1 for a corridor, which is just filled with traps, and we really would like to not having to, like, care about those traps.
Oh, right, that's when we have to go into the Necro Hall, isn't it?
No, not Necro Hall, but it's almost as bad as it's a Necro Hall.
There's an optional dungeon in the game, the Necro Hall of Nabudis, which is awful in every way. But also, you mentioned that there was that needle trap before that killed the party. Imagine if it was like literally that, but every step. Also didn't talk about chain level, but there's finally some teleport stones. Talking about chain level real quick. What ends up happening is that in this game in particular is that if you kill the same enemy in sequence, like not the same enemy class or anything, but the same enemy over and over again, you get a chain level. You see a number start counting up on the lower right of the screen. The higher the chain level is for a given enemy, the better the drops you get. You'll see that Nikki's been picking up like 3 teleport stones or 2 vials of yellow liquid as opposed to 1. And also the rare items drop more often. You can see that the chain's at 42 and the item drops are now gold, which is where we want to be. Because now we get tons upon tons of stuff, which we're going to convert into money, or, well, in the case of teleport stones, used to do the teleportation that we need to do in this run.
Yeah, so basically, if you pick up stuff, sometimes it counts, sometimes it doesn't. I think the general consensus is if the number flashes, it wouldn't count. It might also not count if you're confused and actually accidentally pick one up. But basically, if you don't pick one up for 7 to 10 drops, the number's random, you will get a chain level increase. And chain level increases just makes the rarer drops more common, and that's what we're looking for. I have not seen a single float mode yet, and if that doesn't happen, then I will just do another one. Because I cannot be bothered to go without a float mode.
Yeah.
Like, I can handle one, alright, but...
Yeah, there's a boss that casts Quake, and without the float mode, you die.
I mean, you could maybe... I've just not tried it. Like, Quaketure is not the strongest, and it quote-unquote only inflicts slow, but I have not done that in ages. And, I mean, getting more money would also not be the worst. Just being honest
we're not,
here.
Yeah, maybe finding out is not the thing we're going to do today. Like...
Yeah. I would like to see some exceptional RNG, because that's always fun for a marathon, but... I don't need to wall myself
you got
deliberately. One. Well, we got one. I guess that's the life we're living now.
Do we live here now? Also, the other nice thing about that is it does give us a few more levels, which isn't the worst thing, because it does increase our base stats and our base HP, which is handy.
Alright, some last final licenses, because we still want Isuna on Panello, because Isuna is nice. And while we're at it, I mean, some HP. Can't go wrong with that. Right, because more survivability, just because we are lacking armor, potentially. So yeah, Izuna. And now that Ash has finally gotten like so much stuff. Wait, you just gets a golden amulet. Penelo is allowed to get the golden amulet. Sands to... Nope. Penelo. Echo Herbs, attack on. UL2. Wait. U2 Izuna on and on. I said on.
Yep, Penelo is still pure support, but we've added Dispel and Asuna to the support suite. Dispel is super important for removing positive buffs from enemies because you'll note that enemies do love to buff themselves. Here's Tiamat.
Yeah,
Who is
this one
mostly
is
gonna...
immobilized, so it's not fun. I mean, it works. Tiamat is mostly a meat shield. Doesn't deal that much damage, especially after all the grinding we've done.
Yeah, Tiamat is a big pile of hit points. Cast some basic magic, not super exciting. Breath is meh. Rake is near nothing on Bosch, so...
Yeah. Well, we also didn't mention yet what you might have seen. Actually, at some points they patched the game that every character has 3 like pages of gambits that you can use. So basically for Ash, that means we'll just have 1 melee and 1 mage page and just go back and forth with L2 and R2.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, that was like added, I don't know, a year in after the release of the PC version.
Really?
Yeah, I think once the Switch version came out.
Ah.
It was like really late.
So we get Lente's Tear, an item that I'm sure that gets explained in a cutscene someplace along the line that we didn't watch.
Yeah, Lente's Tear is... So basically, in this jungle, we would be blocked by the doors. But we don't even... yeah, which we obviously knew, so we don't even try running through them. And Lente's Tear is just the item here that allows us to run through this.
So
We're sadly not OP anymore, so we'll just run through instead.
Yep, so that we can exit through the other side of the Golmore jungle and move on with our plot.
Yeah, usually they would want us to go right the side next to the village. But there is Elderworm, and we really don't want to fight Elderworm. Elderworm is a pain.
Yeah,
dodging
even
that
dire.
trap by going to the right. But yeah, no, Elderworm at 50 is like really annoying, and most annoyingly at 50% it uses like an attack, like an animation attack that inflicts like all kinds of statuses. It's just no. It gives you around a chest with like 10k gil, but that's not worth it for us. We just run around.
Yep, so now we're in the frozen wastes behind the jungle. We're in the mountains now. We've entered the snow biome.
Yep, and it's time to find out how much money we have.
Because it'll be time for more shopping soon.
Yeah, I mean, the shopping is optional, but I still, because the item itself isn't necessary, but it's nice for safety and it tells me how much money I have already. Which is just really nice because the upcoming parts is where I can easily pick up extra stuff. Alright, so 62 yellow liquids, yeah. No, we good. We're just good. I mean, we also did 1 extra room, so we better be good, but yeah, we good.
Yeah.
We got exactly what we want. To
Grabbing
not having
Alamia's...
to care about anything anymore.
I'm grabbing Alamia's Tiara for a little bit more defense and half damage from ice magic in particular.
Yeah, Penelo was still running around with a cotton hat, which could be fine. But it depends how you want to fight Matthias later on. We'll get there later. But yeah, just having more defense, as I said, I like it. Makes things
Keeping-
safer, and I know the like most importantly for me, just it's the money. If you skip it, then you chop next like in Phone Coast, and then all you can do is fight enemies and pick up their drops, which is obviously more random.
Yep. So we leave Larsa at the monastery here on the mountain.
We done with grinding. We don't need him anymore. He did a good job.
He was helpful.
Yeah. Doesn't have Traveler. He would have Shades of Black, I believe, which casts a random black magic spell, and Bubble. Which, I mean, yeah, we don't need to double our HP at that point. Also, it's pretty expensive. It's just like 32 MP. So, did I do it? Whatever. We'll just do it again. Yeah. We want to teleport back to here, so we really need to trigger that teleport crystal.
Yep. I'm gonna grab a chocobo though, because we gotta go places. We gotta go there fast.
Zoomy zoom, like. I think
Final
this is the
Fantasy.
true reason you can get used to 4 times speed is because this exists.
Yep. Final Fantasy 13 does ask us the important question of, do you think you could ride this chocobo? But we're doing it in Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah, sadly no chocobo music in this game.
No, the music in this game is so good though.
Yeah, it is.
Same composers that did Final Fantasy Tactics, among other games. Sakamoto and Iwata. Two very good composers. Done a lot of good work.
Now we head into the Still Shrine. Cause yeah, our fate leads us there. I actually one of the problems when you always skip cutscenes. You really don't know that much about the story.
Yeah, like it's always just really interesting to me because in Final Fantasy 12 in particular, right? Like in most Final Fantasy games, right, the big overarching plot is, you know, kill whatever god figure is there and save the world, right? We're not really strictly here to save the world, right? We're just kind of mostly here to, like, help Ash find her destiny.
We're kind of thrown into this plot, like into a string of plot, then we play through that, and then the plot is over.
Yeah.
And then there is some backstory with like her former fiancé of the kingdom that has been destroyed. But yeah. Who kind of looks a bit like Van, I believe, but that doesn't really matter. It's not like there is actually ever anything between them. Except like maybe good friends.
Yeah, but all of these ruins that we're going in to, like, find Ash's destiny are full of, you know, neat moving floors and things. And also, we don't talk to the green save point there because it's actually a mimic save point.
Surprise! Yeah,
Surprise!
sadly we also didn't get one of the insanely rare chests there. Rare chests that, like 2 chests that have like also like rare spawn and rarely have what you need. But one of those chests can drop 50,000 gil.
Which fixes all of your gil problems if you have any at this point.
Yeah, there is the old ICJS magic route, which actually like didn't need as much LP and was like, yeah, we just manipulate that chest because manipulation works in this version. But yeah, we don't have that. We've gotten our money otherwise. We just
Yeah, we have to get our
run in
money
our
the
ways.
honest. We have to get our money the honest way by forging diamond armlet.
Forging diamond armlets and killing jellies, yeah. So yeah,
Selling
over there
cubic
would have been
zirconia
a
on the
ruby
open.
ring.
Yep, we're not gonna get that either, of course.
Oh, great. So this is what we love to see. So we have to turn over 3 statues. Okay, we need to run back and forth. I said back and forth. Yes, I need to face a certain direction. And if you're unlucky, you need to turn them twice because they're showing you their back. We have 3 of them. I apparently got too lucky recently.
Yeah, I gotta save some of the luck for the marathon. Can't use it up in practice.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to show bad RNG off, but not that. That's boring. Come on, game. Okay, and since we didn't get the Kakata, we will get now a ninja sword, the Ashura, for which we have to take a small detour. Do not step over that trap.
Sometimes the traps are okay. Sometimes they're like healing traps and things, but we're
yeah,
not gonna...
but no, we would. I would tell you if that was a healing traps, and I would run over it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'll probably kill us.
Not kill, but deal decent damage. I mean, we are running around so much that, yeah. So yeah, counterclockwise. That's ironically the direction I usually have to turn. Even though you would think it's random. Oh no, real randomness doesn't exist.
Only observer bias.
Yeah, also, you optimize, you flame staff. Alright, time for Venuska. The boss was a very great gimmick. Well, if the boss was actually any strong, it probably would maybe even matter. But yeah, our characters get slowed for metallic equipment. Which, yeah, we have a shielded armor, but look at these big spikes. Those are Fyra casts.
Yes. So, yeah, what is that? Weak against fire, fire staff?
No, not even weak against Fyra.
Jeez.
It's just
Ash.
not that strong.
Just not that strong, and Ash has, like, Serenity and, like, 18 instances of magic lore or something. It's not 18, but it's, you know.
It's a few, yeah.
Like, by now it's like 6 or 7.
That's a Mana Fund trap for a bit of MP. That was actually not a lot. Okay, we need to switch Ash back. Wrong direction. I do not want to throw potions with her.
Yeah, she's not here to throw potions. She's here to do damage.
Yep.
Especially because we've definitely gotten a couple potions along the way, so they would definitely be in the inventory clogging things up, even though we sold a batch of them earlier.
Yeah. Also, we probably got, I want to say, the most important item of the run. Actually, the Sage's Ring. Because the Sage's Ring is an equipment that halves our the MP cost of a character. Now you can imagine later on, we will get Kiraja, which costs like 58 MP or something ridiculous. You really want to halve that cost. You really want to halve that cost.
Yeah, especially because, you know, Ash has all these cool things that, like, regenerate mana on spellcast and on kill, and she's fighting things and it rules. Penelo gets none of that, because Penelo is a white mage and is here to do literally 0 damage for most of this run.
Yeah, it's actually not worth it to give her attack. It just keeps her from healing.
Yep, it just stops her from
potentially.
It stops her from casting support magic, and that's what's important here. Here's Ice Azers.
And here is why I want to have the Lamia's Tiara, because Ice Azer is allowed to put people to sleep, and what I'm doing against that is literally run into Mateus, so that Mateus attacks Penelo and wakes her up. Yo, wake me up. Thanks.
Back to cast
Good
cure
job.
magic. Back to...
And if I wouldn't have the Lamia's Tiara, we would probably try and go, oh my goodness, I should have run away more. Time out. I want to take that trap. Thank you very much.
Right before the big cast goes off.
I mean, so, but especially like summons have rooms have a high concentration of mist. So just by running around, we get a lot of MP. But just elixir. It's fine. We'll also pick up that elixir. Wow, I really expected Bash to die there.
But yeah, hit that trap just in time to not get killed by Blizzaja. Everything's fine and good though. Nothing ever went wrong there.
We'll pick that up. In Marathon, I would have picked it up anyways. In a PB attempt, I would probably have tried to skip it. I mean, not after I've used this one now, but in general. Because,
Yeah, spoken like a real speedrunner, right? It's a 3-hour run. Yeah, but if I skip that elixir, it's a 2-hour, 59-minute, and 55-second speedrun.
You know, the thing is with 4 times speed, like, 5 seconds is a lot.
It is!
And yeah, the sad part is, like, you would think on the way back, you can just shorten the distance here, but on the way back, those chests here are despawned. The other chest is a bubble mode, so we don't really care about that one.
Yeah, we got plenty of those at this point because we farmed up a bunch of them earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think if you have some donations, now would be a good time.
Absolutely. I have a $10 donation from Jadles89 saying Samorasie and Kaguya Nikki are awesome. So thank you so much, Jadles.
Thanks a lot.
And another $10 donation from Toothball saying thanks for playing. And time for one more.
Yeah.
Valan donates $25. Glad to see others are as amazed by the speed Nikki plays at as I am. Go, Nikki, you got this.
Okay, going back. You are 2, you... Oh. There was no reason to forget that yet, but yeah. So yeah, switching back to magic. Yeah, as we've mentioned, we have Serenity on Ashe, which basically means she deals more damage if she has full HP. So we now give Penelo a gambit that says whenever Ashe has taken damage, heal her. No questions asked.
Just throw your MP at her. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yep. Just throw your MP at her.
So they found out that Larsa was here. Larsa, of course, is part of, like, you know, the Imperial family or something. He's, like, super important, so they came to the monastery and attacked.
He is like the little brother of the big bad guy.
Oh, right.
But the friendly little brother.
He's the cool little brother who, like, actually hates oppression.
Yeah. Now we have one of these other judges who just decide to make, like, some kind of problems. Yeah. Judges are a bit annoying for our mages because they actually can block magic. Okay, let's see. So, the Ashura is nice in the way that it has a 10% chance to just inflict that blind on hit. Well, it triggered in the last second. Oh, that was helpful.
That's always great. But yeah.
But yeah, he didn't seem to have blocked anything. He died really fast.
Yeah, that was Judge Bergen. We hate him.
Yeah, he was once deemed difficult, but with the Avenger and also with using fire, like, remember when we are reflecting magic and now here we are like, we don't need to reflect magic. It's just really powerful on its own.
Just blow him up. It's fine. Just go right at it.
Yeah. It's like, why even bother? And yeah, now it's time to go here. Where the famous Kikuichi Monji that we are talking about is plus two other items of which we'll only get one. Because we don't need the Thieves' Cups for increased steal because we've already done trial mode and don't need to steal anymore.
Yep.
But yeah, we still really want to get this item.
Berserker Bracelets.
Yep, which is just an item that gives a character Berserk. Which is neat. If you can imagine, like Ashe, we always need to go back and forth with the Gambits. Now we can just... Well, if she's Berserk, she will always automatically attack. So her Gambits don't matter anymore. So basically, if we want to turn her from a mage to a melee, we can just equip Berserker Bracelets and be done with it. Plus some other really nice features that Berserk has that we'll get into later on. Alright, but now just running through, looking for an 80% elixir chest that I've only recently discovered, but it has not let me down in runs yet.
There you go, GG.
Always nice to have a backup, and it's so close.
Yeah, it's like there. You're not going to try to, like, reroll it, but
like,
hey.
Compared to the chest in Mateus's room, I will take that every time. Even if at 80%, probably even at 50.
80% of the time it works every time.
Yeah. So yeah, now we enter Seleka Woods. If you go here casually, you can go here a lot earlier. You can also, like, try and fight King Bomb for some reason, but that's a tall task. And then go to like the Necro Hole of Nabudis and Nebria's Deadlands, and just throw yourself into like enemies for which you should be level 70 or something. Or now that we have actually like beaten Bergen, we can unlock this quest here. Also, I should turn off this. In order to actually progress the story, because otherwise this would be where we would be blocked.
Yeah, so we've got to find the 9 Mughals who are, they're on break. They're big chillin'. It says that they're layabouts, but, you know, they've actually formed a union, and they actually are still on, you know, their union-sanctioned 60-minute lunch break. So we really shouldn't be interrupting them, and we're terrible, but, you know, we got to get places, I guess, so we figure it out.
Yeah. Sorry, but we need this gate to open in order to go through. Because there is just no other way.
There's still 4 of us out there.
Yeah. They're very far apart. Very, very far. But yeah, just neat little ways in which developers decide to, like, have an open world, but open it up step by step.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the amount of stuff you could explore already while being blocked by that gate is insane.
The Necrol of Nabudis is actually a place where you get a couple of very powerful magic spells in the casual playthrough.
Yeah, and very big heavy armor in the hidden shop even.
Yep. But that's where you go to get Protectica. I believe you get Scourge there as well. The last 2 heavy armors that you can buy are there.
Yeah, it's level 11 or level 12. I don't remember. Mage Power Shishak.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that bomb, like the King Bomb? The bomb boss on the way there is pretty annoying, and it casts Renew. The last time I tried to fight it, it's like a kinda low level party. It was just casting Renew over and over.
Renew in this game, by the way,
I can't
just
kill
heals
you, but you can't kill me. Haha.
Yeah, Renew, by the way, is just a spell that just heals you to 100% of your health, period. No questions asked. So we needed 9 Mughals to fix this gate because they're tiny and adorable, but
And
not very
really
physically
good at what's the word?
engineering.
Engineering, right? Because that's how they are in Ivalice. So yeah, I would say if you have any donations, now would be a good time. We just running around here.
Absolutely. Miji donates $10, says, first time watching Frost Fatales, and I'm having a great time. Had to donate to the Nier incentive to have our favorite sassy book follow our favorite sassy androids around. And we do actually have a bid war open for Nier Automata. You get to decide the skin of the companion pod during the run. Your choices for the bid war currently are Cardboard, Grimoire Weiss, or Retro Red. And taking a look right now, it looks like Grimoire Weiss is up ahead with $50, with Cardboard following at $10. So if you have a preference, get your donations in now.
Thank you very much. All right, and now we get to stock up a bit. Bacchus's wine, some Chronos tears. Why do I only have, like, so few Enkai Sands? Jeez, I'm not used to that. Echo Herbs and Firaga. So Demi, we got a donation earlier. Do you remember what it said?
I remember Firaga being important. Is this it? Is this the Firaga?
This is the Firaga.
All right, we did it.
The next bosses is Fire instead of Firaga make them quite a bit more difficult instantly. You wouldn't believe it. But yeah, just heading fast again. Aiming for that bridge because you don't want to try aim at that with full speed. Tried that. Been there.
Doesn't work good.
No. You'll run a lot into the river. Well, not really. But the chocobo will try and fail.
I guess this counts as a hunt, right? This weird kid tells us about a thing that we need to fight.
This is like half hunt. It doesn't really. Yeah, we can't just burn those two. Shouldn't need to, but also won't hurt to do so. Then again, the real nice enemies are actually more inside here. So yeah, there was a time where we were really grinding a lot here in order to make levels, which it is a good place to grind levels, especially with Faraga. But we have found ways to... The biggest reason was the boss later on that was kind of damage check, but we have found ways to manage that damage check without just barely making it with levels. Alright, and now it's time for these fun little...
They're terrible. They're terrible. We hate them.
They are super consistent, so I wish. Okay.
You're hoping they all run together. Basically, there are 5 Mandragoras of some
what
variety.
you hope is that Barsh is able to properly tank everything. And
Yeah,
Ash is
well,
just standing in the back and can burn things from the back. Basically like that. That was
actually
pretty okay.
That was a pretty solid Mandragora queen fight. Mandragora and friends? I don't know.
Can I imagine how this emotes that I see in chat looks adorable and I love it?
We're gonna grab that haste emote because that's important.
It is. So this game has 5 haste gamma chests, which we can grab once each. We skipped one of them in Race Wall, but the other 4 really want for bosses that... Even though it probably doesn't do a lot anymore, but it still does significant enough things that, yeah.
Sid 2 is a jerk.
So 2 is probably not even the biggest jerk, but it also really helps. Just skipping an animation attack, hopefully.
And have you
always
seen his
a good
jacket?
thing.
Have you seen his jacket? It's terrible. We'll get to Dr. Sid's fashion sense later, though. We're not there yet.
Yeah, we are on our way, but... Oh yeah, that reminds me I don't have a second float mode, right?
No, you only have one.
But Penelo still has MP, which is pretty amazing. That just shows how good Mendy's was. We might make it without using an elixir on Ahriman. Which I don't know when that happened the last time.
I don't know if I've ever seen you have a run where you haven't had to throw one.
Yeah, sometimes you even have to throw 2. We'll
Ahriman.
see.
Gonna do some annoying things like cast Toxin and cast Divide and cast Thundara.
And cast Immobilize Scar, and yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna grab an extra
Fortunately,
elixir.
yeah, it will also split up into multiple clones, and Ash is like, yeah, have you heard from Firaga? This is an AoE spell. I only care a bit about clones. So much about that. Ash, why did you run? Penelo, why did you run out of MP? Apparently I was too happy. Nope, he wants a flame staff back.
Yep.
Phoenix
so we gotta
down. Oh wait, you use an elixir. So yeah, just resetting in order to get off stuff quicker, and now it's fine.
Yep, Penelo gonna do support things here real quick. That was going well right up until it wasn't, as fights sometimes do in this game, where just all of a sudden you get hit by a volley of spells and things go from great to really bad.
Yeah, and now since we don't have a float mode, we need to, instead of just casually fighting through this quickly and getting some nice experience, you can see how many traps there are in here. It's just... Also getting the bangle so that we can actually see them.
Yep.
Because
There's
this is
one
a lot
there,
of
there's one
traps,
there,
and
there's
I
one there,
swear,
there's two
if we
there.
don't have a float mode, we'll probably run into every single one of them.
Yep, float gives you the ability to float does give you the ability to float off the ground, which of course gives you immunity to earth elemental spells, but also gives you immunity to overworld traps, which is super important in certain important parts of the game.
Okay, just getting this back and these two friendos back. And now we can move on to Minigame City. Usually called Arcades.
There's a lot of cool things you can do in here. Arcades, of course, is the seat of the Empire. This is where the Jedi hang out. You know, obviously, since this is a RPG, of course, this is the city with big social stratification. You know, rich people live on top of the city, and the poor people live down below. And you know, we're gonna foment some revolution because that's what we're all about.
Yeah, but like every big city, we also have slums, and obviously the hidden like tunnel didn't bring us directly into it. I did talk to that guy, right? Probably.
Hopefully, the guy that talks about the back point, absolutely.
Somewhere with muscle memory.
Yep. So we try to get
so
in.
we first need to get into the big town. We are very aristocratic here.
Yeah, so they check for your papers because they're terrible people, and then you're like, I don't have anything, and they're like, well, just get out of here. They obviously can't.
Like, you ain't gonna get to see my papers. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, Balthier's papers say I am a sky pirate and a thief, and that would be bad.
I don't want my old man to know that I am here.
Yep. Also important is that the guards also don't identify Ash as, you know, the Princess of Dalmasca and otherwise, you know, fugitive on the run. And they also don't identify Vosh von Ronsenberg of Dalmasca.
Yeah, they're just lowly soldiers that don't have a clue of what's going on anyways.
I mean, they just know that it would be a lot of paperwork if they reported it. They just want to get back to drinking ale in the inn later.
But yeah, basically to lure the guards away, we'll just, well, create a fight, which we basically do by talking to all the NPCs and finding out that one of them stole a bag of coins, and we tell the other one, hey, there is your bag of coins.
So we lie.
Together with Jules, Balthier's old friend. If you have friends like that, you don't need enemies.
Sky pirate, thief, and all-around good guy.
Yeah. Who also takes money from us at every possible moment, like just now, so that we could start the scuffle, even though we already had the most important knowledge of who actually stole the bag of coins. And also here, because we want to go into the aristocratic area.
Yep. So they're going to teach us about blocks of wood that we need, which apparently are something like more important than currency or something. But we got to give this guy 2,500 gil because he needs to give us information. So we need to throw him money because, you know, he's a thief but not a sky pirate. But there's a big mini game where you can run errands for people of the city.
Yeah, they are very important, but also everyone just throws them at you. In theory, you could also buy one for like $1 million or something. Oh yeah, shut up. Yeah. How are you over here? Okay, so we have pairs, like one giver and one caretaker. So where is my? Are you my? No, you're the avid reader. God damn it. This is going well. Oh. You're the one I want to fight second. Where did my senior researcher go? There is a senior researcher. Field researcher. Okay. This one already came up here because I went far enough. And where's his wife? Waifu, there. So the third one is actually like, hey, we are running out of money, and she is like, but I want to buy new dresses, and then we tell her, hey, you could sell your old dresses, and she is actually fine with that. She's pretty incredible if you think about it.
So we invented eBay. I mean, it's for arcades, so I guess we invented eBay. I don't know. I got nothing.
I don't know. Active licenses. So yeah, we're getting some new armor now. You, some HP. And you, all the important stuff. Inquisitor, wait. Spellbound.
Inquisitor gives us magic regen when we get struck. So as we take damage, we get MP back. Obviously, on a white mage, this is really handy.
Yeah, no, we just get channeling. 10% less MP cost. Because we'll take every MP cost, reduced MP cost that we can get.
Yep, also grabbing the Sage's Ring equipped license so that Pinello can use the Sage's Ring in the late game where we need it most.
First to last. Checked.
Yeah, we're gonna, since we grabbed the Platinum Armor, it's going to take away our ability to auto protect, so we now need to be able to cast protect on Bosch for, you know, beef purposes.
All right. So yeah, now we're good for the next area. We wouldn't necessarily need to buy it here, but it's just shorter and cheaper, and it works. And
We're
the
already
next area
here,
can be rough if you don't buy the army. It can even be rough if you do.
Yeah,
That's
the
the area, but
laboratory is...
Sid is annoying.
Sid's annoying. The laboratory is okay, either way.
Yeah,
but...
especially now that we like even cast protect on Bosch with his new heavy armor. So yeah, arriving here, Bolsey is like, hey, what did take you so long? I gave Jules the jobs for you. Good job, my friend. You really know who to trust and who not to trust.
Friends like these.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we get the news that a bunch of judges were sent to Dracula Labs because basically Jules sold us out. Because, you know, he is very trustworthy, and by very trustworthy, I mean sold us out for money.
Yep, he just does everything for money. Okay, now we really don't want to go back to Nilbase because goodness, that's a long cutscene.
Yep. Instead, we're gonna go to the secret place where the guy is just like, you know where you want to go, right? Like, yeah, I know where I want to go, and he's like, you sure you want to go there? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I want to go there.
Oh goodness.
And of course, as we get to Dracula Labs, we find something very important. All the soldiers are dead. Just corpses everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, there are actually one or two that you could talk to.
Yeah, they're like near death though. Like they are
They're on
mortally
their last
wounded.
breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't even do it. No XP and guild for us.
I guess.
Such a crime.
I wonder what got all of this experience, because that could be really dangerous, actually.
Yeah. But worry not. We can change that. There are also still other soldiers. More soldiers for us to take care of. Alright.
But yeah, so this is another little puzzly area where we need to find the right switches to open the proper doors to make progress through the area.
Also just door hitboxes.
Yeah, more door hitboxes. But yeah, there's some soldiers up here at the top
and
who...
elevator trolls.
Yeah, and there's dudes in the elevator. Good news is that we know Flamethrower 2, the sequel to Flamethrower.
Yeah. In ICGS, Flamethrower like 0 was AoE. But yeah, they changed that. Like Fire and Cure were both AoE in ICGS, but they were like, nope. But you can still have Dark, because Dark isn't like the strongest attack anyways. And yeah, no, Fire Raga will be good for basically all of the run. Like, not exclusively, but we'll use it still until very late. And yeah, so good old, let's just murder things on the way. If you're low on gil, it's also nice these soldiers drop like 80 to 90 gil usually. Just for a small backup. I mean, you kill like 20 of them.
God, why would they fight you if they're so underpaid? Like, come on.
Would this be an okay time for a couple donations?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. I've got $25 here from Chris, who says Final Fantasy XII puts the speed and the run in Speedrun. Very much agree. And I have $100 here from Gloria Aubin. No comment, but thank you very, very much for your donation.
Oh, thanks a lot. So yeah, these 5 here in the end would actually be dangerous if you wouldn't go shopping, but now we just go through. It's fine. Not a care in the world.
But yeah, we're gonna patch up here real quick. Make sure that we've got a full tank of gas for the next fight.
Okay, now we need to pay slight attention. We're starting to have like always one shop on our characters. Also, we are starting to see reflect casts, and that means we really don't want to use Fire Raga anymore.
Yeah, because we'll blow our own party up. But yeah, the rooks here are here to protect Sid and be real annoying. So you want to AoE them as long as you can.
Yeah, I guess now that we've equipped the Berserker Bracelets for once, it's time to talk about Berserk. So, what does Berserk do? Point 1, it will always just attack, I don't know, a random target, more or less. The Berserk character is also like slower later on where we'll be running around. You will see the Berserk character, like Ash, just being behind everyone else. Also, I should really stay on Elixir, but we should be fine, because a Siphon is a thing that just takes a lot of MP damage.
But yeah, Sid pulls out the big laser cannon here.
Yeah. Also what Berserk does, increased damage, faster ATB, like a lot increased damage, faster ATB, and protection against confusion.
Yep. But yeah,
so
Sid
all in all,
throws
just pretty insane.
It's a beautiful skill in this game. It's so good. But yeah, Sid throws up a paling, which gives him some protection for a little bit there, so he can do his fancy laser gun attack, and then it drops, and then he dies.
You could actually prevent that, like the PS2 speedrun does it, if you kill him fast enough. Because he still has to go from the middle to that spot, but he is immune as long as the rooks exist. And yeah, after they are gone, he will just go there, but yeah, no. We are not in the position to do so.
Yeah, so it's just do it the direct way, which is just wait it out and enjoy the show. But yeah, there was also a haste emote in that room, which was grabbed. Also, you got to see Sid's jacket for the first time, and I have to say, that jacket is awful. My man really needs to work on the boots too, but hey.
Did I even pick up the second chest?
Yeah, it was a holy moat. It was a holy moat.
Okay. So this fight went so fluently that I was even unsure. Like, it was just over.
You stopped and grabbed them both while Sid was being invulnerable. So yeah, we get 5840 gil there, which is really handy. We bought Kiraga finally, or Kiraja, Cure 4, basically, in a game with 5 levels of Cure magic, but that's our big heal for the rest of the game.
Kiraga has the problem that Kiraga is not AoE for some reason. Which is why I just don't even want to consider getting it. It's just bad. Unless you do like fancy, I don't know, decoy strats maybe. But I mean, at that point, might just use high potions or X potions or something.
That seems like that would require work and thinking, and I'm not really here for that. I'm just here to go fast.
Also, yeah, why should I look at my notes? we just turn this because we now got Kuraja. Also, we want to go here. And this area is really annoying to do with high speed. I just go with the minimap and hope for the best and dismount because we cannot go over the trigger with the chocobo. Yeah. Going with this way with 2 screen transitions because we don't want to care about traps. And screen transitions are fast anyways.
Yeah, they're not bad in this at all. And this is the area with the weird map that's hard to tell where you are, but it's not bad.
I don't really need... Nah. It's fine.
So we are actually getting incredibly close to the $25,000 mark. So I was wondering, chat, would you all be interested in maybe getting a $5 train going? See how fast we can get to $25,000? It'll be fun, trust me.
Dang. You're all insane. Also, I should keep some distance. So Reflegia is annoying. We really want to buff up because, well, we lose our low MP very quickly, so healing is not a thing. Oh goodness, could we please just kill it?
Yep. Also, it applies the sap status, which causes your HP to run down. It applies slow, which, you know, you try to
How
counteract
did we
the
get
haste mode
both
early.
slowed? Oh my goodness, this was rough. And just shows
That was-
why we really want to use all the things that we have.
Yeah, got through it in one piece. And by in one piece, I mean, hey, Ash is alive.
Yeah, Bash is also still alive. But yeah, Reflegia also has like Curse, which just inflicts all the bad damage status effects that we fortunately did not get.
Yeah,
Life
basically the MP drain on Reflegia alone makes that fight in casual playthroughs really rough. Like if you don't know that it's coming, this fight will wreck you.
Yeah. Like you really want to just beat it really, really fast. Like you have like enough. Sometimes it also starts with Immobilize guy, which is why you just want to run away with Penelo because if that bad things happen, you have like enough MP for one Asuna cast.
Yep.
Like I wish I was kidding, but that's all we get.
Yep. So now we're in the maze. This is a mist-covered area where we have to. Normally, you go into these, and you can see we're spinning the camera really quickly because you need to find the.
And apparently, I'm not
passageway.
inside the circle for whatever reason.
I thought you were inside the circle. There you go. So
Yeah,
you find
but
the real one.
the picture didn't show up, so apparently I wasn't enough in the circle.
You were like right at the middle.
Yeah, don't ask me, but yeah, you can pause the camera. You can pause the game by just changing the party leader in order to take your time.
There's a really cool accessory there that you get. You get the bubble belt, which just gives you. It's an accessory that just gives you the permanent bubble status, which again, double health and gives you immunity to disease status, which is great. Double health is going to be super, super important for just keeping everybody alive. But yeah, you move from each of these to the next one. If you go in a direction that does not have the picture in it, you get teleported back to start, basically. So
Okay, we at least got quote-unquote lucky because we have to go here anyways.
yeah,
Because yeah, we have a chest to get here. Where are you? There you are. One time's a defender.
yeah, we need that to make Bosch extra beefy.
So yeah.
But yeah, we need to take accessory 16 to get accessory 17 for the bubble belt.
Some battle lore because yeah. Physical attacks with the katana scale off of basically everything. We don't have much else to do. Belias, because the story really wants us to use Belias. Like you can actually go completely without the license bot if you really like challenges. But yeah, Belias is a must.
It's plot required.
Yeah, okay, so you get the defender now and the bubble belt. And because we can, we auto sword. You know
Defender
what?
hits.
I really want my 5 LP. Just because we can. Thanks.
One
For
more instance of
channeling
channeling.
3.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's the door. And you have to summon Belias in front of the door.
So yeah, no other summon works. That was the time I tried Mateus. Nope. They really want you to summon Belias. Oh, at this point, yeah, no. You can use Belias in theory. Sadly, it's not the fastest option. Why do you use this far back, Penelo?
Penelo's just chilling. It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, we could do it before, but I'll do it here after. You Domain, you Bacchus Wine. Okay, and now to get speedy.
Now it's time to lay the beat down on Daedalus here, who is weak and foolish for getting in our way.
And manually cast Kirajas onto him because he is undead. But yeah, Daedalus is like the big damage check.
Yep.
Because when he is below 25%, I believe, he uses Rage, gets insanely buffed, and deals tons of damage.
But if you just direct cast Kiraja on him a couple of times, it just increases your damage output so much that he just explodes.
Yeah, the big one was actually using Firaga. For some reason, we thought that wasn't possible. Probably because the PS2 run uses Reflected Bile, I believe.
Weird.
But yeah, Firaga just still does a lot more than buffed physicals.
We're just here to do some DPS.
Okay, and now we're just gonna run. So we could do fancy stuff. So what you can, for example, do is if two characters. So basically, the game can only load so many characters on the screen, like NPCs. So if two characters are far enough apart, you could despawn the enemies. But we ain't got time for that. We have a 4,000 HP Barge.
Also, there's
please assume as the right person, Penelo. No, of course
She's working on it. She's working on it. She's doing her best. It's not very good. Magic regen, by the way, in this area is beautiful. This is one of the highest magic regen areas in the game that is not a boss arena. So MP not really going to be a big concern for the next stretch. Also, we're like not going to fight anything. Let's be real.
Yeah, but we also hope to not get status effect from these friendly Malboros, which we love. And
I mean, they applied the most important status effect of all to Penelo, death.
Goodness, we took a lot here. Run, Bosh.
Oh, we're very poisoned.
This is the last thing I wanted to see. Oh, come on.
We're very poisoned and having a bad time.
We are stopped.
Oh, no. You can't move and you can't act. This is awful.
We're fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's
almost,
fine.
Bosh. Almost.
You did your best, Bosh.
You did your best. You did the job.
At least you tried.
I still felt safer with your 7 HP than with France 401. It is fine.
But yeah, we get to the save point here, so we're gonna res the party, pull out the real party. We're gonna put Fran back in the back. We're gonna pull back Ash and Penelo. The worst is over now, right?
Must be nice.
Indeed.
Being young and naive.
I am neither of those things. Thank you very. Wait, what?
But no, we're done with that area. In theory, if you had gone after the last switch even a bit further up, you could have gone the Aegis Shield, which gives magic, like a lot of magic block, which could be nice here. But we're at the point where we shouldn't need that. But Tyrant is a bit. Oh, come on. Tyrant sometimes just does random stuff. And
Yep.
yeah, I'll just ATB reset whenever Penelo decides to do something else in Kiraja.
Yeah, Tyrant also just locks out your techniques, which are the non-MP abilities that some characters get. They're generally unimportant in the speedrun because we're all about berserking and spellcasting.
Yeah, there was Traveler and Steel.
And Steel, and that's really it.
And that's really it. Like, yeah, First Aid exists, but we really don't want to use it because it really doesn't feel
bad.
much. Could we please... Yeah, I'll just ATB reset every race I'm gonna see. There we go. Not even a bit spooky.
Not even a problem.
Everything is fine.
Tyrant is dead and you're not. I mean, that does sound like everything is fine.
Yeah.
But here's weird glowing orange area.
Nope. You to Kira. Nope. I want to go down.
Yep, there's no map for this area, so you've got to kind of know the area. There's a lot of wandering around. There's a bunch of buttons and switches in here, and there's a puzzle that leads to an optional boss. But you can fight Ultima the High Seraph in this game.
That's only on the revisit, so you cannot go there
you
before
get there
having beaten
eventually.
Shem. The next
Yeah, you
boss
can't-
that we are running towards.
Yep. There's a ton of optional content in this game if you're a person who likes their RPGs with a ton of fun side content and extra bosses and things.
Yep.
You know, plus there's a cameo by the greatest Final Fantasy character of all time.
So yeah, Penelo has no MP left, but this area has, again, lots of mist. So we really, like... Her MP is never gonna be a problem. Yeah, these ones also lots of status effects, but... There are not too many. We want to get some mystic armor here for our mages, because it's free.
Cold hair,
Who
but it's
doesn't
great.
like free stuff?
Free stuff is cool. Especially in a
I'm
speedrun
all
where
for
you
the
don't
free
want
stuff.
especially in a speedrun where you don't want to waste your time like spending money.
Yep. And more free stuff. But yeah, Basha's just our tank, hopefully, and usually. We can just do this.
But yeah, hitting certain switches to open certain paths is important here as we advance on through.
Yeah, fortunately this one is still pretty easy. When you're on the revisit, you have like a lot bigger floors and timed doors and all that jizz. It's a whole nother beast.
It is not a lot of fun. Well, it's a lot of fun, but like, I don't
And the
understand.
enemies are strong.
And the enemies are very powerful. Like, the big thing that always throws me off is I don't know how somebody puzzled through this area without like the help of a map or anything. Like, the first person to have played through this, it's gotta be pretty incredible to be able to do it kind of blindish.
Well, you just make maps, probably.
With like,
If it was
a pen
me, I
and
would probably
paper.
just make maps. Yeah. Do you know how
That seems-
I have? Do you remember the FF13-2 like clock mini game?
Yep.
I have written
I
it
sure
down.
do.
I wrote it down and tried the possibilities from what needs to be last to here we go. Okay, bubble mode Ash, bubble mode yourself. This boss can cast disease and has very strong single target magic. Also Hiska mode, which we just get at some point.
It's not doing anything anyway right now.
Yeah, we need to look out for Siphon actually, so I should just go back to Elixir. Looking good right now. The bar's a bit wrong in the sense that at the later parts we deal a lot less damage, but dang, this was a quick fight again.
It's a good Shem as I fight.
Really clean. So yeah, other modes there's a reverse mode, but we already got one from Trials, so no reason to get one. Cause yeah, reverse is a status. Well, characters inflicted by reverse, like if they get healed, for healing, they take damage, and if they would take damage, they get healed. But that also means that, like, if Penelo throws a heal and you are reversed, that's not a good combination, so you need to be really careful. And it also doesn't, like, hold on for long.
Yeah, getting reversed means that Penelo will heal. Means that you'll take a little bit of damage, and then Penelo will heal you to death pretty much right on the spot. Because the Gambit system, while neat and intelligent and good for stuff, does not factor for, in particular, reverse status.
There might be, but yeah, you can also reverse also gets cast away with Isuna. But yeah, in general, we also don't have decoy to be like, this is our tank, this is the one that gets attacked, and all that. I mean, in theory, Tyrant should always attack the closest, closest target. I mean, you've seen how that works. Penelo was very convinced.
Penelo had the White Mage armor on, and enemies know that you have to off the healer first. So, you know, he was just charging her down.
Yeah, healers are too powerful. What can I say?
They really are. White Mages are the best.
Totally unbiased, I know.
100% totally unbiased.
Alright, so we are gonna get the last guest character. An actual, I don't know if actual Sky Pirate, but at least a way more renowned Sky Pirate.
A more renowned Sky Pirate than Balthier?
Yeah. Who also has his own, I'm not sure. No, I think we use a straw. But yeah, most importantly, he is decent. He has a rise, and he gives us domain Calvadoses, which we have used one earlier, which inflicts bravery for more physical damage.
A lot more physical damage. It's not small.
But yeah, if you have any donations, I think you can.
We definitely do. Chat is absolutely popping off with $5 donations right now. I've got $5 here from Happy Bear. Final Fantasy XII is so underrated. Let's get some donations going to celebrate it. And from Physics Shebang, we have another $5 with the $5 train leaving the station. Choo choo! Thank you for all you do and to all the amazing runners during this event. Keep saving those frames. You all rock. And from Heldon Subret, we have $25 saying 5 tickets to the $5 train, please. And if I could actually just take a moment, speaking of $5, one of our sponsors, The Yeti, who creates amazing merch and apparel for video game culture, and have been the official merch sponsor of Games Done Quick events since 2011, with over $1 million donated to GDQ charities, they are donating $5 from each shirt from the Frost Fatales 2022 collection to the Malala Fund. You can check out the Yeti official Frost Fatales 2022 collection at theyeti.com.
Hey, we got an airship, so we could go anywhere in the world with it. We're just gonna
you know how that works. We speedrunners.
Yeah, the world is your oyster. Where do you want to go? The last dungeon. What do you mean? I ain't got time for this.
Yeah, we also did our last shopping. Just a nice katana, wind attribute, which is neat because the next bosses are either resistant to wind or weak. And some Phoenix Stones just because I wanted to be safe. Not sure. 13 should be enough, but I mean, because they in theory only used to revive Penelo.
Yeah, in theory.
In theory, you don't want to run low.
But yeah, so this is the riddle around a lighthouse. The best raid in Final Fantasy XIV. Don't at me. But more importantly, this is normally in a casual playthrough. This is disease and self-destruct the dungeon, which is always a good time. And by always a good time, I mean we're gonna explode. There are some required fights against bombs in here. Here's the first boss.
Time for the hardest boss. No, probably the boss you would most often die to. Cause yeah, this is Hydro. Hydro knows stuff like Curse again. Or Firga, which just reduces our MP to 0, and we need to be really careful about, and could you please stop it? We do not have the MP.
This is why you make sure you have a couple of extra elixirs, because this fight can just
This is
you know.
just one of the fights that can be like, nope. Ah, no LP for Penelo again. Now I know why she was low. She keeps dying to bosses.
She just dies right at the end.
So yeah, Wind Elemental Katana, because the next boss is weak to wind.
But yeah, blew up Hydra without too much of a fuss, all things considered, other than your MP
Yeah,
getting rained out.
cost a few elixirs. That was unfortunate, but yeah.
Yep, you had 2 extra. It's fine.
I know my backups if in doubt. I'm also still not sure how I want to do this.
So, at this part of the game in particular, we need to grab these black orbs. And you will notice that the game speed very momentarily drops to 1. Nikki uses the hotkey to drop it to 1x speed, because the black orbs are there for only a few seconds, and you need a bunch of them to power an elevator to make progress. And so not getting them is real bad.
Yeah, you could do it with a 2x speed, like if it works well. It's also always a question of whose gambits do you probably want to turn off, because if the characters are just influenced by anything, then you will have an even harder time to grab them. So yeah, I still kind of play it by the ear or by feeling, because yeah, it's weird. Like, optimally, you of course like to use Penelo because Penelo doesn't attack. And even though these birds should be free, suddenly people start dying and you're like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, you don't think about it when you have somebody who's literally dedicated to casting, big healing magic on your party. Until you don't have that big healing magic on your party.
So yeah, switching to Bosch. Using the third black ore. All we need, and we can move on. She's a very, very friendly boss. Yeah. The bosses just don't stop having neat gimmicks that you need to, care about. So on Hydran series, the only gimmick was don't die and keep your distance in order to hopefully not get Fear Guard, which, well... But yeah, so we have Pandemonium. Pandemonium at 50%, give or take, unless it's confused forever, which we cannot do. Yeah, please just assume a bit. At 50% casts Perfect Defense, which I think on normal speed means that for 2 minutes it will just not... Could we please not take damage from anything? What is going on? Ah, there we go. But for some whatever reason, you can cast Arise with Redis in order to get rid of Perfect Defense.
Really?
Yes. Oh, we never dispelled it. Oh, this is unfortunate, and I don't like it. And could we just please... why is this getting out of hand? Wait, nope. You use a Phoenix Sound on Redis. You use Curaja on yourself. And everyone else just should be able to... Well, no LP for Bosch. Don't care.
Yeah, Pandemonium is a giant turtle and does beat you down pretty hard, so...
Gambits, no Curaja, Dispel Protect. And yeah, that's it. Probably a bit rougher because Penelo was occupied with casting Isuna on characters, so she never dispelled the Protect off of Pandemonium.
Yep.
Things you don't think about sometimes.
Things that come up when you least expect them to.
Yeah.
Order of operations is important.
Yeah, and usually your own status effects are more important than the opponent's status effects.
This is very true, because your status effects can kill you, and that would be bad.
Yeah. Or, I mean, if you are blinded, then you don't deal any damage. If they have Protect, you still deal some damage.
Mind if I interrupt really quick?
No, go ahead.
I am very happy to say that we have now raised $25,000 for Malala Fund. So thank you so much, everyone, for your generosity, your donations, and coming to this event. We love you all. Thank you.
Yo, that's amazing. What a big milestone.
Incredible.
And we did actually get a $250 donation that I believe pushed us over from M the Marvelous, just saying 25K hype.
Now we're at the tower climb. So there are some enemies that must die because they form bridges for us so that we can make progress forward. Chimera Brains are here. They have Petrify. There are bombs along the way that have self-destruct. This part's a lot of fun.
Yeah, actually, for most parts, the self-destruct here is from these brain pans. But yeah, we need to fight some of them. The green ones, we'll also later see red ones. Oh, wait. Also, I want this chest, just because...
It's invisible or something.
No. So, I've gotten it for quite a while, like the Dragon Helm. It is just better armor for Barge, which you don't necessarily need, but it's nice to have.
Yeah.
But for some reason, ever since I have decided to, okay, let's also get the Dragon Mail for a small detour, I regularly forget the Dragon Helm. I don't know what it is. It's just... Because, yeah, just for safety and some more damage. Like, heavy armor gives you strength, which is nice. Like, light armor, which we don't see, gives you HP. And mystic armor gives you intelligence for more magic damage. And yeah, for now it just means we kill every brain pan on the way. This will change very soon. Well. Yeah, you see the Berserk Ash running back and forth. Oh. Okay, this shouldn't matter. Wait, no, it's still 26. Okay, so I need to set up something. Soonish. So remember when I said if two characters are far enough apart, we can despawn enemies?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try that. At 4 times speed, because it's more fun that way.
We're gonna do it, but fast.
So, Penelo, Kiraja yourself. This is not where I wanted to be. Oh, come on. I don't want... No. Okay, everything about that was wrong. We did not get the despawn, and we got attacked by the Arrow Knight, which I don't know when I have last gotten attacked by it. Okay, let's just try this again.
Yep, so queuing up Kiraja because it takes a while to cast.
Still not exactly where I want to be. Also, freaking birds respawned. Thanks.
But yeah, we pop back to Penelo there to make her cast on herself
the data is
second
back
time.
because I spawned it and there is no way to get rid of it. Okay, we need to go for the old strats. Which mean we just run into a corner of one of them and are like, yep.
Cool.
Here we go. Nothing's gonna stop us. Which yeah, is a bit more painful, as you can see. And you can also see why we don't want the expensive spells, because Penelo is running out of MP.
Yeah, we don't, and we have like
we'll
an
just give
ether
her
and
an
an elixir.
ether and hope that that's enough.
We have 1 elixir left, which we don't want to use up just yet.
Yeah, there are still backups, but...
But backups are slow.
So yeah, at least all the brain pans spawned. So for
Yay.
example, the stairs there, you want to go up on the left in order to spawn 2 brain pans and not a brain pan and a Dadar. The Dadars are the red ones, which you would see the first one actually there if I spawned one. Oh, no, I think downstairs also, but we just ran past it. Okay, this is 7-8. Oh yeah, it also doesn't matter if they self-destruct or we kill them. It at most matters that we pick up the drops. Nice, and that's exactly 9 and 10 now.
Yep, and you'll notice that they form these green bridge segments for us so that we can make continued progress, and they solidify when we get enough down.
So yeah, and now that we have had the you need to kill multiple times, the last one is, yeah, you only need to kill 3, and you get 3 already on the spot. So you can just, for most of the way, run through, which is also nice because most green brain pans also have red datars right around the corner.
Yeah,
So
red
yeah.
datars have things like level 3 disable, so they can lock you out.
We are not 27 yet, I believe, but with the bonus XP we've gotten, we are also not too far away.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, we are exactly 27.
I thought I saw us level to 27. So
Yeah, I just see the AoE disable guy, and I'm like, well, I know where that came from.
All right, if I read a couple more donations.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah, we're still getting some in for that $5 train we had earlier from Anonymous, $5. Donation trains, incentives, bows. Can we speed run them all? A very good question. And another donation from TMS LFT, $5. Choo choo. And I do have a $25 donation here from Avery. It says, make Flygon play more Mario. And that's a great reminder that we do have an incentive for the 11 exit run where we need $6,000 to make Frozen Flygon do the additional, a bonus 11 exit run following the Super Mario World All Castle run. So if you want to see that happen, get your donations in now.
Can we run them all? For someone that runs basically every Final Fantasy, but that's a big task, sure.
we'd be here for a hot minute.
I mean, I've only taken 4 days with 16 hours to do 1 to 15.
Nice.
That sounds amazing and absolutely incredible.
It was alright. But yeah, we have defeated Slit, who is weak to fire, so we finally get to use Firaga again. Sadly, I could not spot a 5-digit number, but this is also one of the 2 fights where you could sometimes see that IZGS has raised the damage cap
Yep.
to be higher than 9,999.
Which is super useful for a couple of the optional fights that we're obviously well past at this point in time.
Yeah. Also, a nice HD addition is this map that you can trigger by pressing the L3 analog stick. Because, yeah, you give up your map here, but you only give up, like, the main map. Like, somehow the other maps they didn't account for when putting that in afterwards.
Yeah. But in order to open doors in this section, to make progress, you need to give up some of your abilities. You can give up magic, or you can give up techniques, or you can give up your map.
Yeah.
Which, for a speedrunner who either has access to the map this way, or otherwise just knows the map of the area pretty well, seems like a fairly good trade, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is probably one of the 2 areas I'm worst at. Everything else I'm pretty... Oh, come on. Don't... Why do I have freaking... No! Give me that chest! Oh, this is bad. We actually killed everything. You serious? Alright, just revive stuff. It's fine.
This is fine. Everything is fine.
This is what happens when you forget to turn off gambits. You just will never actually trigger anything.
You just fight.
Yeah, and yeah, here you have one of the fake walls. This actually saves a lot of walking distance.
Yep. But yeah, as our plot update goes, we know at the top of the tower lies Ash's destiny and some other things, but mostly Ash's destiny and a rock. Actually, at the top of the tower is the biggest, most important piece of nethicite in the world. It's real good. There's also Muramasa up there as well. So the
Yeah.
third best katana in the game. I forget if there's.
It should be the third best, yeah.
Yeah, because there's Murasame, which we never see because
Und
that's
Masen-
from.
Yeah, and the special super weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, if you have anything to plaque, or donations. This boss is probably the only one that does really not have a gimmick.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good time, I think, to remind everyone that when you make a donation, you are entered for the chance to win some absolutely remarkable prizes. I mentioned earlier, one of them is a sealed copy of Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age for Nintendo Switch. But we also have a Bowser Icon Iron-On patch and even a Perler Sprite bundle of 4 Pokemon trainers from various games in the series. And you can check out all the prizes we have available at gamesdonequick.com. And I'm very excited. We're still getting in $5 donations. This train has been absolutely wonderful. From Old School Zero, just says Choo Choo Chocobo with $5. And Callie, another $5. $5 train. I don't know how many times I can say $5, but I'm going to keep on saying it because it's awesome to see.
That was Fenrir. Is dead now.
He's just, I think, powerful, but he doesn't really do anything special, I want to say. Like, he hits and casts bravery on himself. No need gimmick or anything. We just fight, and sometimes someone dies. Sometimes someone gets, like, he looks at if someone gets blinded, and that Penelo doesn't care about it, but Radis with an eye drop, but that also is pretty rare. So yeah, in the next 2 screens we have like anti-trolls. Antites are like big balls. This one here is blue. Just pretty annoying, but yeah. Fortunately, the chance for it to appear is not too big. And then we finally get to the third and last like area of this tower. The amount of elevators in here that really don't make any distance is incredible.
What a great design of a building.
Yeah. Didn't you always want an elevator that only goes from floor 90 to floor 91?
But only just.
Yeah.
Look, a bomb. We're gonna teleport
Yeah.
away from it, though.
We could have picked up a demon shield earlier that would actually protect us from dark damage and make these bombs actually heal us, but it's not like it actually matters. Here we have some neat teleporters, which are kind of a puzzle, but obviously as speedrunners, yeah, we just know where to go. Don't ask me where the other teleporters lead us to or anything. You really only know where you have to go.
It's mostly to like optional treasures and things like, or there's like a non-hidden wall route to here, I believe, but it's like super long.
Yeah, but I mean, this is also optional treasure, but really wants that treasure.
We need to get that ultimate blade so that Bosch can deal out the additional damage here at the end of the game.
More damage, because more damage is always good. Oh, Rip Penelo. Yeah, Wind Katana, Aminum Rakumo. Again, because, well, our next boss is Hashmo, an Earth type, who, surprise, surprise, is weak to wind elemental damage.
Wind elemental damage.
Okay, well, here we have a rare spawn, the tower, 20%. Please don't. I mean, people want to see it, but I really want that elixir. Domain, back is the swine. Here we want the float mode, because we can.
Yeah, because we might get quaked here.
Oh, we will.
We might get quaked or something. I don't know. He's Earth Elemental. How bad could it be?
So yeah, and obviously we need to be like especially dramatic. Cannot skip this because yeah, ooh, spooky boss. This looks like we would be traversing a lot, but I think we're really only going from 88 to 90. Ah, nice. Nice, yeah. But also, yeah, right, Redis doesn't only come with 7 domain Calvadoses, he also comes with 3 serums.
Yep, and this boss does apply disease pretty regularly. Here's Quake. So here comes the rocks. They're gonna fall. We're going to ignore
Sadly,
it.
there are no Earth Elemental spells we could cast, but oh.
No, it's dead. We did it.
Ash died. Whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
I would give
Hushmal's-
Penelo more HP because we can, but also giving her the Muramasa again. Because Famfred actually absorbs wind elemental damage, and yeah, it's not good. I mean, it doesn't actually matter too much. We don't use the sword anymore against Famfred. Now that I think about it. But yeah, stronger weapon is always better. Also, fun fact, this cutscene there, this random cutscene, ported us from floor 92 to flight 97, which you wouldn't even pay attention to normally. And in between those floors is, like, for example, a chest with a mega elixir. Which we don't need, but it is really well hidden. So yeah, coming up the first small boss rush, starting off with Gabrans. Gabrans is Barsh's brother, and if you have Barsh here at 50 HP when the cutscene will gonna play, we would get a bonus cutscene. And this fight is not too bad without Barsh, that we'll just not have him and skip that one.
Killing the Kingslayer will win you back your honor. When you abandoned home and kin, your name was forever stained with blood.
Oh yeah, I should also... No. Go to Haste Mode. Because we're gonna use that one soon. Getting Barsh in now.
Who then proceeds to boop Gabranth on the helmet with the Ultimate Blade and he dies.
Yep. Now we're using the Haste Mode.
Yep, here's Sid
And
too.
Ash please doesn't die because Penelo used the Haste Mode at this bill and Ash just tanked everything, but that usually works.
Hey, important question. Where does Sid pull that gun from?
Just his normal thing. Okay.
Just does it.
Now you do this. And... Flame Rod, Bangle. Did I forget anything? Nope. Switch to her and go to Echo Herbs. Because... yeah, now it's Famfred time. Famfred is weak to fire. You see these 11k that we just dealt? But Famfred knows Watersha and Watersha can't silence. And we don't have any gambits in case Ash gets silenced. So if that happens, we need to manually do it. Yeah, everything else I don't care. Honestly. We can take this elixir. Nice. And we skipped an animation attack from Sid. While Famfred was still alive, this one always happens.
Yep, this is what he does after Famfret drops. He breaks out the big laser cannon.
But yeah, now we also take some like reflect damage whenever we deal damage to Sid.
But Penelo's a good support, so it's irrelevant and we ignore it and just push on through. That is the end of the Ritter on a Lighthouse. Ash finds her destiny, which is to destroy all the Nethicite in the world because, you know, she doesn't want to be that kind of princess, I guess. She wants to rule through love instead of fear. There's an option to save the game, and we're going to go to the final dungeon, which is very small. But first, we've got to go through a cutscene.
Yeah, if you have anything left. Now we have a bunch of cutscenes before we start with the final bosses. So now would be a great time.
Yeah, we definitely do. Daftum donates $50. Longtime watcher of the GDQ, first time dono, and first time seeing the Vitals live. Enjoying everything so far. And I have two $25 donations here, one from Aquinon and one from Zombo Rombo. Again, both $25. Thank you so much for your donations. And another one, $25 here from Pete, who says $25 for Grimoire Weiss. And that's a good reminder for the Nier Automata bid war that we have open right now. You get to decide the skin of the companion pod during the Nier Automata run. Your choices for the bid war are Cardboard, Grimoire Weiss, or Retro Red. And I'm just refreshing right now to see where we're at. Looks like Grimoire Weiss is ahead with $80, followed by Cardboard at $10, and Retro Red at $0. So poor Retro Red needs some love here, guys. So why don't you get a couple donations in there, boost it up a bit.
Yep. Wow. Everyone's so generous. It's amazing. And for an amazing cause, is it? So yeah. Evil. So all the airships are actually named by what we normally know as summons. So yeah, we had the Leviathan earlier. Now we are going to the Bahamut. Because I mean, you can't not have them even if they are not the normal summons. Which in the Evilise universe are called a bit differently. I want to take Barge, thanks, with his casual 5600 HP. And after a short walk, we also don't have a map here, but this area is really, really short. I could be... Oh, come on. Equipping this again, and putting this to wait. You can give one to Ash. Usually shouldn't be needed, but better safe than sorry.
So before we go into the last boss, would it be alright if I reminded everyone who we are raising money for today?
Sure.
Yeah, so we are all here raising money for Malala Fund, which is working for a world where all girls can learn and lead. Malala Fund advocates for resources and policy changes needed to give all girls a secondary education, invests in local education leaders, and amplifies the voices of girls fighting for change. You can learn more at malala.org.
So yeah, neat little things that we set up here. So Gabran's uses at 50%. We again have a longer cutscene, but we'll not skip that. We need Barge. Okay, and now we use a reverse mode. But he uses Renew. Oh, doesn't even get that far. And we just use a Reflect Guy mode on him. So the Renew actually hits one of our targets itself.
Yep.
So yeah, you set up a reverse mode because usually at the end he targets Penelope, but I guess the Bravery on Ash plus good damage rolls and combos just meant that we didn't even need that. Yeah, now time for, well, 3 phases of Vayne.
Vayne Solidor.
Starting off really neat. Could you not protect yourself? It's the worst timing. Yeah. He'll just target Penelope and we just run away. That city is really dangerous. I mean, it's phase 1, but...
Vayne is very talky and is just like, yo, so I heard you want to foment revolution. No, don't do that.
Yep. He was, in theory, like, also fighting the gods, but in the end he just became... also, I should really... You... domain yourself. You... bubble mode yourself. You... bubble mode Ash. You... Nope. Back as a swine yourself.
Yep. Gonna try to maximize that damage output right now.
Yeah, and also we bring some time in between, like, having some time between his first and second animation is nice, because if you, like, really go for it, you could just stack them right back to back. And we want to be buffed for the second phase in order to hopefully like skip some attacks. Because the animations are holy smokes! That was a combo, from Vayne.
Yeah, Ash got blowed up real bad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll just do the same as normal. So yeah, we have a lot of flying swords, which we just berserk and just try to deal as much as possible and hope to skip. Yep. This attack in the first phase, which just worked. It was still nice. Oh, we also hope that we killed at least fast enough that the bubble mode is still going on for his last animation attack, which is called Tree of Sephira, which can deal... Oh,
enough
she doesn't
damage.
have bubble mode anymore. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Can deal up to 3,500, I believe, but can also like miss or 2,500. Or we could just skip it if we are lucky. There are strats that try to like increase the chances of skipping it, but if Vayne decides that he wants to pull it off, then he wants to pull it off. But that's not this one, it's the next one.
This one is assured.
Yeah, so this one is like, what, 1,500? But yeah, I also want to elixir at some point. We could do that now. Let's use a holy mode. Nope.
Almost.
Almost. So yeah, there is kind of an effect capacity that basically only a certain amount of spells and stuff can be cast at the same time. So you can use a holy mode or so to just deal damage and push it a bit. Because yeah, this animation attack obviously has way more effect capacity than a normal attack.
Yeah, so basically you're trying to animation lock Vayne by casting a spell and having your spell animation go off while your two physical fighters are fighting away.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Wait a second. Do we wanna heal here? No, Penelo. You, Kiraja, you... So usually we instantly kill him, so this is weird. But he is just hanging on by, well...
Thread.
We will see
Quite
how it
literally.
goes. If not, we have to go into trial mode. I have never done it myself, but you can go into trial mode in order to heal yourself.
Yep, here is the Undying. Here's the final fight.
Yeah, we'll just go into trial mode. I don't know if that was a strat I wanted to show off today. Everything has been going so normal and standard, but sure. Let's just go into trial mode in order to heal ourselves.
One last hop in trial mode. Let's kill some rats.
Shout out to all the other people that have been here, who I'm basically copying right now. Because I haven't had to use that strat myself yet, somehow. Because, yeah, apparently we just got really bad rerolls. Sure. We'll take those.
Sure. You killed Vayne and Vayne didn't kill you? How bad could it be? Oh, it's not over yet.
But yeah. Yeah, we have the Undying. Last fight. I basically want to deal some damage, and then we just want to stack buffs to just skip all the bad phases and just murder him instantly. So you... Domain... I mean, if you don't feel like you have anything to do, you can just do this. Then you domain Ash. And then you back the swine yourself.
And now it's go time.
And now it's go time.
Undying's gonna cast some big spells like Mega Flare and then start hitting Chain Magic and casting multiple spells and apply
and then I
Fade.
see how Bash doesn't have focus, and I'm like, how about we give Bash focus? Oh yeah, and also this is not a circle, so people can just get stuck here, which is amazing. Because, I mean, let's be real, doing actual circles would just be way too much work.
Doing circles is hard in most programming.
And we are almost time, but we need to go... We should be fine after this. We're already in red. Oh, come on. Really?
We didn't want to see this.
I am not
today.
set up for this. Come on. Everything was so smooth, and now you're pulling this. We at best get one more Faragha after this, and then happens perfect defense and like 2 more animation attacks, which I have no clue if I can tank them because I don't even have an elixir left.
Yeah, the Undying is supposed to be dead right now, by the way. We're not supposed to ever see this.
Oh, goodness. We have bubble modes, right? We have bubble modes.
Yeah, you have a couple. You have plenty of bubble modes.
Yeah, I don't know what my pace is, but apparently it was too good.
It's dead now.
Because for some reason I didn't turn the time on. Okay, we still have 6 bubble modes. We just do not have any MP here left. So that's a problem. I know we have an elixir left. Never mind. We should be able to tank through all of this.
Here goes again.
I believe. As long as he just doesn't do them right back to back. So since he's already low, like, this defense phases shouldn't take that long. Like, the animations probably take longer. But yeah, we have this. And then we have still Terra Flare afterwards that as well. Because yeah, in theory it is magic defense at 25. Physical defense at 50 and perfect defense at 75. But yeah, we pushed that a bit.
Yeah. Here's the Terra Flare. Enjoy one of the finest looking explosions in Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Some more action for the fans. Oh, come on. Didn't I say that I have bubble modes?
Oh, it hit you with, I think it hit you with Piercing Dispelga in between.
Oh, might not have paid attention to that. Yeah, possible. We are on that, so... Didn't I want to decide that... Oh, yeah. Nearest visible is a great thing because visible is a very broad term.
Ugh.
Like a very, very broad term. Phoenix down, Ash. Yeah, I'm not sure if I should have gone for this. This just always takes forever and it's rough and...
I have a donation here for you, Kaguya Nikki. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
Alrighty, we've got $25 here from Margaret Ann. Good luck, Nikki. You can do it. Also, if the final boss was good at predicting snow, would that make him a weather vane?
Time.
Oh, sorry.
Yay.
Nah, it was real. I was close to dying. Ash just somehow got one Pyraga off, even without flame staffs that I accidentally unequipped, and that was enough. So that's just how close we were.
So the Faraga came in just like it was predicted. My gosh.
Super clutch. Yeah, thank you so much. So that was Final Fantasy XII. I hope you all enjoyed it.
I had a lot of fun.
I
Yeah.
loved it. That was great. I remember 3 hours ago you were killing mushrooms, and now this.
Yeah, you know, typical RPG stuff from
Very
we are
typical
saving the
RPG.
cat to we are killing the gods. But yeah.
It is the fist bump is very important before
Yes.
we wrap up. The fist bump.
Do either of you have any shout-outs you'd like to give?
I mean, I guess shoutouts to the community. This game has really picked up after the last Final Fantasy relay that's almost yearly gonna made, in which like multiple teams do Final Fantasy runs. Shoutouts to the RPG Valkyries that Demi and I are part of. Also, amazing group of female RPG speedrunners. Yeah, shoutouts to this event, raising money for an amazing cause and allowing me to run, even though Time zones are really not friendly, and as a European, I sadly get to see way too few things of this marathon. And yeah, shoutouts to my amazing host and co-commentator that I have had here with me.
Aw.
Thank you.
Take that.